Nuggets, welcome to the finale of the Arknights Limbus Company collab. How's everybody doing today? Welcome. Give me 1 second. I need to yoink. I need to yoink YouTube real quick because they are not showing. I need to show the backstrats. Love the song. This is Arknights music, by the way. This is music that they just made just to promote Arknights. Not even to promote, I think, anything specific in Arknights. They just said, fuck it, let's just make these beautiful songs, you know? I kind of want to listen to this a little bit more. I feel like it's actually going to mute the VoD, honestly. No, well, not mute the VoD. I think it might actually just kill it on YouTube, which I'll probably have to, like, cut this part out. But I want to hear one specific part of this. If you haven't heard this song, it's actually a 10 out of 10. Once you hear the solo, wait till you hear the solo. You guys, for those of you who haven't seen it, or for those who haven't heard it, you guys are not ready. On the plus side, I managed to actually get the entirety of the stream yesterday edited, which painful, mind-numbing. God, I hate cutting. I hate cutting so much. I hate clipping. It's so painfully monotonous. The rodeo company, hell yeah. I should call it rodeo company from now on. Anytime I see Rhodes Island, I should call it Rodeo Island. Right, that's a thing now. What's wrong with that? Seaborn event, but why are we looking at the collapsals? It's a dimensional rift. It's not actually collapsal. I mean, anybody who's an Archetypes player probably saw that and probably immediately thought of collapsals, but yeah, it's apparently a dimensional door. Not actually collapsal. Here it is, the solo. Oh, it's beautiful. Listen to that beautiful penguin go off. He has such a way with words. Why did they make this song actually? Yahoo! I know the song, but I forgot the name. Melting White. Like, was it just for a promotional? Was it just for a promotion for like Christmas? Is that it? Is this supposed to be about? Are you back to? No, we're not gonna do it. Holy shit, dude! I looked at the VoD. It was literally 30 minutes. I looked at the VoD. It was literally half an hour of just Arc Knight tangent. I wouldn't want it any other way. Yeah, definitely skipping most of the tangent in the video once I get the video working and such. Felt like an hour. It was pretty long. It was great. Why the hell is Baby Shishun Q there? For whenever somebody clocks in on Twitch, I grab one of their nuggets. Like that pink-haired nugget right there. That is, dear God, I already forgot. Is that Rusty? That's not Rusty. That's who is that? Oh God, that's Top Nep. There we go. For some reason my brain completely like flatlined. Yeah, that nugget, the pink-haired one right next to Shishun, that's Top Nep's nugget. So if you were to clock in, like if I were to clock in, for example, here's my nugget for my Lobotomy Corporation run. Actually, this is actually custom made. These cosmetics, the eyes and the hair and such, these were custom made by one of my nuggets a long time ago. So whenever we do our Lobotomy Corporation run, if you stop by, you can get yourself a nugget, and whenever you clock in Twitch, you will get a nugget. Starting to forget this dementia stuff again. No, I'm not. It's just my brain just flatlined for a second there, okay? I was having a little bit of trouble sleeping. I focused a lot of time on trying to get that video done editing. Like it took me a minute, but I tried my damnedest to focus. I don't know if I have ADHD or something, but it's really hard for me to focus on clipping videos. It's really difficult. I will spend like a minute or two on clipping a video, and then I'll go back on like browsing and shit for 5 minutes. This is like my biggest problem. I just have a really hard time focusing on that. Minute, wow, that's fast. It's so bad. It really is bad. Just 80 more pools manager? Nope. We did 120. I don't care about Calcid Fouls. That's this lunacy needs to survive until the end of service for Limbus Company, basically, because I don't want to touch this game as much as I need to. Addiction to caffeine, sleeping issues. I'm not, brother. I have been doing this. I'm not addicted to caffeine, I swear. I don't drink caffeine on my days off. On Mondays and Tuesdays, I don't drink caffeine. I don't drink caffeine. Well, typically I don't drink caffeine on 2 days. The fan works, guy. Holy shit, there was a lot of yapping. What's happening? So I don't get why YouTube wanted to be the Backstreets in the Lopco stream. I listen, that's what you guys said, okay? That's what you guys said, not my problem. I was trying to give you guys, I was handing you guys the wing. Or the nest. I was giving you guys the nest. We were the wing, we're the company, and you guys are the nest. But you guys said, nah, let's just be the Backstreets, you know, let's be the rats. I don't know why the fuck you guys did that. So now you guys get to be in the Backstreets. Deal with it. Mentor Josiah Whaler? No. I have thrown, so basically for the most part, I have thrown $5 into every season pass. Except for this one. I'm pretty much not really putting much money into the game anymore at this point. Like, I'm still 84. I haven't even finished the season pass. I don't even think I'm gonna be able to finish it in time, honestly. I just don't want to do mirror dungeon runs. But the one time that I super wailed on this is when the game first came out. I mean, I did a video of it too and everything. I threw $100 at the game because of, I would say my success was like in part to, I have to give a lot of my success to like being able to stream, like how much I was able to stream, to like Project Moon, basically. With how much I was able to do in terms of being an entertainer and such, I have to give thanks to Project Moon for that. So I threw them $100 for Limbus Company when it came out. And then after that, I basically just was on maintenance mode for the most part, where I just kept throwing like $5 at the season passes and such. I want to be a fixer office outside lowly rat. You know what? Maybe you'll get a fixer office someday. I don't know. Tears for Hong Lu is broken for MDs. Tears for Hong Lu? The Ling Ling Tutty? EGO? Ding Ding Tutty. To remain oneself. This is called To Reign Oneself. What's so crazy about this one? Gain 2 offensive level up and 2 defensive level up. Turn and lose 1 stack. Dandara. This game have monthly cards like Arknights? No. This game is way cheaper. This is probably the most cheapest, like, this is probably the most cheapest gacha you'll ever see. Like, it is so lenient on throwing money at the game that really all you need to do is just buy the season pass for like, what is it, 10 bucks, 5 bucks, whatever this is. Paid 1300 lunacy. How much is 1300 lunacy again? I haven't seen it in a minute. 1300 lunacy is like 12 bucks right here. First time offers. It's like 12 bucks pretty much. So if you just buy the season pass, the Limbus pass for every time a season happens once every 6 months, I think. So it's like 4 or 3 bucks a month in a sense. Like if you bought that $20 lunacy pack, you could basically buy 2 season passes when they show up. And with that, you're basically set. All you just need to do is basically do your weekly mirror dungeon and you're pretty much good to go on lunacy. The like director Kim Ji-hoon just like throws lunacy at you. It's insane. The problem is that the gameplay is still not great. That's still not gonna fix the gameplay issue. Like it would be insane if you swapped how lenient it is in spending money on this game. If you swapped it out with Arknight's currency or financial stuff with Limbus Company, it would be great. Like Arknights would be perfect basically, because Arknights you have to spend like $5 a month. You should look at Honglu's Battle Pass EGO, it's so nice. This thing, I have seen it before. It is actually really cool. I think my favorite part was when I saw a drawing of him being stabbed in the stomach and he's all leaning over like he's dead. And there's just a baby Shishun right next to him, like crying her eyes out. Can I find that actually? I should be able to find that. I haven't been really saving many Limbus Company pictures recently. It's like, God, baby Shishun is it's gonna suck when baby Shishun like disappears, man. I love this little gremlin. Yeah, here it is. Dad slumped on the floor, poor little Shishun crying her eyes out right next to him. No. And then she finds out he's actually okay. She looks up, oh. And then she gets all angry. Look at her, she's so mad. She got jebaited. She's like, grr. Gotta love this little gremlin. Sequel to the Arknights tangent, PM tangent. No, we're fine. We're gonna go straight to it. Okay, we're gonna go straight to it. Straight to Rebellion. Rebellion? There's like an L missing. Seeing Shishun like this, no wonder Lord Honglu crashed out in his lore. Oh, did he kill literally everybody? Did Shishun die in that mirror world? I just got Lord Honglu. Shishun got wormed. Oh, Shishun got, wait, so Shishun got wormed, which means she became the leader. She became the new whatever it's called, and then what? Honglu just murdered everybody? Ishun died getting the worm. Honglu crashed out and took over Hongyuan by force. What a badass. Okay, let's see. Oh, look, it's a little Spidey boys. I hate these guys. Inflict sinking and nervous impairment. Nethersea brand Utopia. But on top of Nethersea brand designates the friend's enemy as the target and converts all coins to unbreakable coins. They actually managed to convert the Nethersea brand synergy with him. That's crazy. So what this guy does is that in Arknights, he has a short amount of range, about like 2 tiles away from where he is, and then he starts shooting at you, like he starts spitting at you. He hawk twas at you. But if one of your operators is on Nethersea brand, he can hawk twa them from anywhere on the map. So sometimes when you're facing against these guys, they will shoot at you from clear across the other side of the map, and they'll have like 20 of them spawn. I remember that map so clearly because it was probably one of the most brutal maps, having like 20 of these dudes show up and they just killed everybody that's on Nethersea brand. Does the bottom modded guy even know what Battle Pass EGO does? Before I leave the stream, and there's an arbiter here, have you tried Archive from Roblox? Oh my god, it went from fucking, what was it? It went from Item Asylum to Archive now. Mental. Everybody was at kill that man. He's in the back streets. He's already screwed as is. Can't escape, imagine. I mean, look, I'm not a fan of arena fighters, okay? I've said this plenty of times. I'm not a fan of arena fighters. But if I might do an incentive to maybe check out Archived. I might do an incentive to check out Archived. Maybe depending on how many views the Tuantu lobotomization. You will hate it. I probably will, yeah. I mean, it was neat to play Item Asylum and whatever the hell the other game was called. There was Item Asylum and Illusions, I think it was, yeah. It was neat to see them. It was neat to play them, but they're not fun to play. We play an arena fighter but not a Roblox, then nobody's gonna want to play because you have to spend money on that then. Oh, we're just going straight into the fight, cool. Where do the sea monsters come from? They're from the ocean. Like the entire ocean is basically filled to the brim with seaborns. The entire ocean in Terra is essentially off limits. Like nobody's allowed to basically go into the ocean because there's just like, it's just completely taken over by the seaborn. And if you get touched by a seaborn, you're probably gonna get seabornitis. You see, the sea monsters come from the sea. You put the sea monsters inside the sea hole. When I do an Archives semi-free to play, that means I only use the monthly card and in-game reward Originate Primes for gacha, so yeah, I need to keep count on paid Originate Prime for skins. Yep. That's usually the method that I say that you should do for Arknights, is buy the monthly card thing. Buying Originium Prime is just not worth it whatsoever. And then you just gotta be careful with how you spend your rundum. the main source of like your currency for pulling. Oh man, everything goes in the square hole. They go inside the dimensional rift hole. But yeah, I don't know. 100,000 views? Maybe if I get 100,000 views on the Tuanchu's lobotomization video, maybe I'll go check out Archived. How about that? How's that sound? 100,000 views. Who made this extremely infectious thing? That's right, it came from the dock race. Oh. God damn it, Doctor. Blow it all on new toys and get magic to get your waifu with a month. Hey, my waifu in Arknights is still cool, okay, after all this time. I honestly don't see anybody who can compete with Hool. Hool is easily the best girl in Arknights. I thought we were gonna fight Reunion, not sea creatures, dude. What, bro? Reunion is basically just useless. Reunion is over. Reunion is redundant. Done union. Like how can you say no to this adorable little thing right here? Like look at her. Look at that little gremlin. Oh, isn't even a Lamia? I don't see the appeal. She's a Lamia bird. What do you mean? She's a Lamia and a bird put together. She's a snake and a bird put together. You tell people that some events in Arknights will give you some actually good 5-star and 6-star operators. Honestly, conveniently enough, that's actually this event too. Like one of the events where you fight the Seaborn is where you get one of the best free 6-stars, Gladia. Why does Hool have human legs? Like practically everybody has human legs or some variation of human legs. There are horses. There are horse people. Meowner is a horse person. He does not have horse legs. He's not a centaur. What about Feeder? Yeah, that was like when it first started and I had zero clue as to who was who. Feeder looks hot. Feeder's design is great. And then Shaw is daughter Fu. Umas are real. Why? What would you actually do if Umas became real? Zay, I wonder, do you know what the 5 HP thing does? If you know what Tarnished does, what Tarnished Hong Lu does. No, I don't know. Again, I have barely been paying attention to Limbus IDs and EGOs because I don't play this game much anymore. And no one sims for Meowner. That is a lie and a half. Pretty much every girl that, like the vast majority of girls I would think probably sim for either Meowner or like Helliger or like maybe the Twinks. Any of the girls who play Arknights and likes like the uncles of Arknights is probably gonna look at Meowner. That's probably the reason why they chose Meowner actually, is one of the EGOs. Again, I was shocked to see Meowner as one of the EGOs. That's crazy. But it also makes sense too. Meowner is cool as hell. If Umas were real, all women would disappear. I mean, they would get replaced by the Umas, would they still be women? I mean, wouldn't the dudes also get disappeared too? Like, doesn't everybody just get turned into an Uma? Because like Goldship is a dude horse, and they became a female horse. They became a female Uma. Weird as hell. Opipi? Opipi is another uncle, yeah. That girl's definitely fawning over or going mental over, yeah. I would say it's like Mountain, or it's like Meowner, Helliger, Obipi are like in the same category basically. Umas need trainers so humans will remain. That is a good point actually, that is true. So every girl gets turned into an Uma and every dude basically becomes a trainer. Amazing. You're gonna feed all the fresh green grass to your Uma. Why does Oogity Cap eat like 5 million burgers actually? Hey, down 2 seconds. The 5 HP thing on the battlefield right now gives base power to all enemies. If not, are you talking about the Nethersea brand? Oh, I know about the Nethersea brand thing. Yeah, you're supposed to use the Roomba to clear it out. Have I used the Roomba yet? Actually, now that I think about it, I don't think I've used it yet. I kind of want to try using it. But I also want to see how does this turn out. How does it like hit the funny win rate button turn out? Is it pronounced Amia or not? I'm curious. I say Amaya, but I also say Rodion for Rodion for Limbus Company. People for some reason do not like me saying Rodion. Nah, man, it's Amigo. Wait, I feel like I've seen a Maya in a sombrero before. I swear I've seen that as a drawing. Where are we at stage wise? Stage 8, I believe. So it looks like we're still able to just like win rate this for the most part. I don't think I exactly have the most broken IDs either. Well, I mean, Rodion is like, this ID is pretty broken, but I didn't really do the broken thing with her. Jesus Christ. I didn't really do the broken thing with Rodion though. Did I even uptie this? Turn him into a dragon. He's a dragon. Ah, damn, 25 enemies. Yeah, I really do like this way more than what they were doing previously, where the enemies just keep showing up. Bro, die on, hell yeah. Bro, die on. Bro, die on. Bro, die on. That is disabled for the stream. What? Oh, do I have to? Okay, hold on. It's kind of hard for me to see YouTube right now. I need to fix that real quick. Let's see, where is the YouTubes? Does that work? Apply. There we go. I can see YouTube way better. Let's go. The new gimmick genuinely sucks, dude. I hate it. You talking about the Nethersea brand? Oh man, bro, it's so much worse than Arknights. It's really rough. Like Arknights actually has some difficulty to it. Like Limbus Company basically has the 1 or 2 like fights that are difficult in like each chapter or each event, whereas Arknights will actually like throw some really annoying shit at you. Really? You guys are all gonna attack the Roomba? Really? That's what you guys want to kill, is the Roomba. Zay, I beg you, use your brain, stop win rating. What? Babe, why? Man, I'm winning. What do you mean I have to? Why stop using win rate? I'm winning. Do you think the head could tax the ocean? That'd be really funny because like, so like the Seaborn are really easy to adapt. So if they were actually starting to get taxed by the head, then I feel like for the Seaborns to adapt, imagine if they actually do start getting into politics over it. You actually just start getting Seaborns in like business suits. Trying to explain to the head as to why the taxes that are levied on them is a little bit too much.
Mission accomplished.
There's one problem with that. What? Seaboard just make a new currency. They get into, so they start making an actual society. They create civilization, trade markets and shit. It hates anything intelligent that's not human. Oh yeah, no, like, I mean, again, you said, we were talking about the Seaborn getting, or if they were going to tax the ocean, that would imply that the head isn't just going to immediately eradicate them, and they instead try to, like, find some way to financially own them. Because, like, normally the head would 100% just eradicate the Seaborn easily. Like, there's no question about it. There were more sea terrors than we expected near the lighthouse, but thanks to Irene's lamp, the light of which paralyzed their nervous systems, paired with the rather narrow passageways, we were able to handle them without much trouble. I love the whole, the lamp is like a light source that stops the Seaborn. It's like very H.P. Lovecraft right there. It's so great. Also, as the control room was, unlike the exterior wall, mostly oh my god, this is way worse than what it was in Stultiferous Novice. Jesus. KDM asphyxia. We really should go back to KDM, shouldn't we? Faust shared the good news that the repairs won't likely take very long. His thing was right. Fortunately, the inside is barely damaged. How are you progressing, Miss Faust? It is almost complete. We are best prepared to leave. Then I'll radio the doctor. Let's A tremor shakes the building with a loud boom, and debris begins to fall from the ceiling. The lighthouse's precarious floor suddenly collapsed from the shock. The floor's giving away. What's going on out there? Something rammed against the Eye of Iberia. I see aught shattering through the ocean surface, sheer explosive force turning water into mist, and it is charging at us once again. What? Wait, why is Overwhelmed playing? Bet Zay forgot where we left off. No, we took down the door of the lighthouse with Ishmael becoming Scotty. Man, I know this. I 100% remember this easily because I edited the previous stream already. I managed to actually get enough time to edit the previous stream. It was painful. Does they have fun if you don't read passives here? You're cooked. Oh, is it this actually supposed to be the fight, the hard fight? As Yiseng noted, I saw the shadow of a dark figure through the ruptured outer wall of the lighthouse charging ferociously at the ruined structure. The figure looked a lot like one of those knights in the city's western region Don Quixote would talk at length of. No fucking way. No, is it Don Quixote? No way. Wait, is Don Quixote gonna be Don Quixote? No way. The lighthouse might crumble at this rate. Then we have no choice. We have to stop whatever's out there. I'll stay here. The rest of us will descend the lighthouse end. The lighthouse is almost fully functional. It only takes some finishing touches to have its light shine again, which I can handle, so I'll stay behind. Seems entirely unnecessary to leave the rest to you. I would much rather leave it to Faust, who is an expert. I've read about the Seaborn before. The fables and legends say that he is the last knight, and if those stories have any grain of truth in them, you're going to need all hands on deck to even have a chance at selling it. I still have not legitimately beaten this dude, actually, in Arknights. I literally just let him leak. You better prepare for a few days of interrogations once I bring you to the Inquisition. Your decision, Executive Manager? All hands on deck. Leave the lighthouse to Mayors. We have to put a stop to that night somehow. Let's go! It's Don Quixote! Oh my gosh. Waves crest high and violent behind the spear-wielding knight. We have to protect the already precarious lighthouse against the knight. The knight begins to charge at us, his steed splitting the very sea. I instinctively know that this isn't going to be easy. So for those people who do not know who this guy is, this is literally Don Quixote of the Arknights world. He is from Casimiras, which is known to have like all the greatest knights And he went insane and just decided, I'm gonna go attack the ocean now, BRB. One day, wheat grains he planted did not sprout. One day, he stopped feeling the scent of light between his breaths. Thus, he rides against the currents, hunting after waves. He seeks the waves, approaches them, and eventually brings about their destruction. Faint memories, having blinked through Amaya's fathoms, flashed briefly before my eyes, and the seaborn knight wields his great lance against surface sea terrors. He shudders as though with repulsiveness, but he does not stop. You obstruct progress and cover the lands. That is impermissible. This is the land. The knight and the sea terrors don't necessarily seem to be on the same side. Perhaps diplomacy may be a viable solution here. Overcome the bellowing roar and try to talk to the knight. The knight is just an enemy, nothing more. Let's talk to him. Let's talk it out, surely. Oh no. Get him? You just need one flip. Yeah, hell yeah. We are not the sea, we are not its waves. The knight's great lance falters without doubt. Waves are the only things that hold any meaning for him. Last night gains 3 offense level down. Cool. Nice, I did it! Hell yeah. I don't think they're doing too good. Good. Misery and Calamity. Offense level that's just unknown. Neat. So it looks like, let's see. Flash power +1 for every 2 enemies with cold. He does freeze you. Yeah. Yeah, so every time one of your operators attacks him in Arknights, he actually just freezes them, and then that's basically like a stun for like 5 seconds. It's pretty annoying. Here's my haste mechanics. Let me see real quick. Hold, is this gonna stun us? This unit has 3 stacks after skill ends. Take 20 gloom damage to 20 SP damage, then gain 1 frozen this turn and next turn. Gold stack expires after all effects are activated. Okay. When hit, inflict 1 cold. Fucking A, dude. Yeah. Oh my god, that is so irritating. Combat start. Gain 8 protection. If the unit has low morale, have the amount of protection gained. If the unit is staggered or panicked, it does not gain protection. Fate's favored child. When this unit takes damage that brings their HP down to 0, nullify the damage, then this unit is healed back to 100% in SP and gains a new pattern once per encounter. Literally, it's literally freaking Arknights. You take him down, he's gonna bring out his horse in the second phase. I already know it. God damn it. When attacking targets with frozen, deal 175% bonus damage. Gain 1 offense level for every enemy with cold. If there are 6 enemies with cold, gain 2 clash power up. That seems a little impossible to not do. Unless you just like block. Unless you just spam blocks and evasions, I guess. I brought fire to this fight. Yes, I'm on fire. So it seems though sinking would do very well here. So I'm gonna try doing the thing with Ordion where you use 2 defensive skills with Ordion and then you just you start attacking with her. You got sinking, you're fine. Yeah, most of my team is pretty much sinking, I believe. You're sinking, you're sinking, you're sinking. Sinking? I believe you're sinking, yeah. You're saying, yeah, we should be fine for the most part of getting his shit down. I'm kind of curious, but let's just see how it looks if we just do clashes normally and see how bad it gets if we just try doing this. I don't think you can give Rodaya 2 skills. Don't you just have to use her move twice in a row? Like round 1 you use it, you use defense, and then round 2 you use defense and then start fighting with her? Is that what you're supposed to do? Clashable guard, gain 2 haste next turn. Clash win, heal 15 HP. Clash lose 10 SP. Okay. So definitely want to make sure I win this here. The music is pretty snazzy. I'm liking it so far. This is the type of music that you would expect from Seaborn events in Arknights. This is sounded like more like Path of Life though when the Seaborns evolved. Like, let me Path of Life combat theme. Let me see what this is. What the battle music for Path of Life sounds like. He's so cool, dude. Look how freaking tall he is, too. Which that is kind of how tall he is. Like, he is goofy tall in Arc Knights. He's like usually double the height of every single person you deploy. Let's see, power counter this, pants grab. This looks bad. Priority high. This freaking stupid hand holding, man. Compass. Well, oh wait, no, we can't do that. That's favored. That's favored. That's favored. Is it all favored? Okay, so who has the most SP here? Nobody. Awesome. So Diane going to distort. She can't distort in this ID. If I remember correctly, that's how it works, right? She can't distort in this ID. Feed us, I demand food. Are you the Seaborn? I can't believe the Seaborn has already spread into the back streets. That's crazy. We're gonna have to kill the back street, guys. That's struggling. That's not good. This move looks awful. Dodge it, forehead? Oh wait, can she actually clash with this? Was it mainly targeting her? Looks like it was, hell yeah. Do we have a Seaborn playing in the back streets? I don't know, somebody saying they were starving? That sounds like some Seaborn talk there, and that's a little worrying. I didn't think what the head would feel if Zaycorp had Seaborns in the back streets or monsters. That shouldn't belong. Then creature died. I saw a blue bullet fly towards him. Who the fuck let Dash shoot out? Dash shoot doesn't even walk. What do you mean? You know, I never noticed actually that Don Quixote has white hair like this. I never noticed that he had like really long hair.
내가 찾은 나만의 항해 방식.
Screw it. Let's listen to the boss theme some more. We listened to it last time. Wait, what's this actually? Oh, is this the lobby theme for one of the Back as a banger list 2 and Sunny. Is this this sounds like the lobby theme for one of the events. Yeah, this definitely sounds like Path of Life music. Man, that would be amazing if the Golden Age starts playing later on. That would be incredible. The Golden Age will return again. Oh my gosh, what are these skill ones? No, there's skill ones everywhere. Oh, that's an attack weight. Oh god. Hide hunt? Okay, so those both are the same skill. You're struggling for some reason. Cool. That's neutral? Oh boy. Oh dear. Okay, that's favored. Okay, now we're good actually. Dominating, that's neutral. This is apparently neutral. We'll just defense here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's actually 6 skills.
오작 터뜨려주지.
But I mean, what even are you, the head's leader? I'm the manager of Zaycorp. I'm the manager of Zaycorp. And if you just follow over on Twitch, you become a Nugget in Zaycorp. There's a badass music video of it. Hold on, I'm posting it at Discord in general. For what? Music video for what? Oh, the golden age? Yeah. The golden age will return again. It's so sick. It's definitely got to be like one of the coolest songs in the game. The sinner's relentless assault upon the night begins to slow. Though we don't have anything in common with the night, cold loneliness rides his bellow, insidious under the faint light. Our waves are rocks in his eyes. The sea wets our hems, giving us no time to answer the question. Someone has to stand the ground next to the petrified sinners. We have to charge at the night. Stand our ground? We will stand the ground next to the petrified sinners. Very high. I believe in you. Or actually this works too, doesn't it? Oh yeah, this should be easier. Let's go. Sinner Rodion's warmth reignites the fire of determination in the rest of the sinners. She's schizoing out and it's like, yeah, her warmth. I see the thumbnail and all I think of is you are a pirate. Oh, of the golden age? Yeah, the it's really cool. The guy in the thumbnail for the song is really sick. Do I have a picture of him? I think I actually do have a picture of him. Am I really about to go on a tangent again in the middle of us doing this? I think I might. Let me just see if I have a picture of him or not. I should. Yeah, I do actually, because he's in the video. Yeah, so this is one of the dudes from Stultiferous Novice. He was basically a dude who contracted seaboard-itis like years ago, and through sheer determination, he did not turn into a seaborn. Through sheer willpower. He was kinda sick with it, both literally and metaphorically. By the power of fuck the seed and it turned into the sea, pretty much, yeah. Ahab, oh, you know what? That's actually a good comparison. Yeah, he is kind of like Ahab, now that I think about it. It's a really good way to compare him, yeah. Unlike the night, we're not alone, so we did not have to endure the chilling loneliness by ourselves. Remove Frozen from all allies. Neat! And then we're gonna get it applied again. Wait, it said remove it. Why is there still cold on us? Or did it remove Frozen as the other? It probably meant the other status effect. We should dominate just about everything here. Frozen not cold, yeah. Yeah, we should be able to dominate pretty much everything because he's schizoing out right now. He's at minus 44. Well, we want to make sure that we have some spare skills here. He's moving faster than us, Pain. We want to make sure that we have some stronger skills for when he does pull out the big attacks. Paustu. Amori. Not bothering with Rodion, that's cool. So Rodion just gets to do nothing. When the enemy moves faster than you, haha, nothing you can do about it. We love it. Why is Rodion at 2 speed? It's probably this. Lose 1 speed for every cold stack, yeah. It's a little windy right now. It's a little nippy. She's cold, let her in. That actually sounds like something that would happen in Crime and Punishment. Energy, who in Project Moon is your best girl? Malkuth. Malkuth easily, 100%. Malkuth is best girl. I would say, I mean, if we do like, if we split Library of Ruin and Lobotomy Corporation, yeah, it would probably be Malkuth, and then Limbus Company, probably Don Quixote. Gebra actually used to be like best girl for me, but then like seeing her smoking in Library of Ruin just killed it. Killed everything. Oh my gosh, she's well, there she goes. I'm sure she's used to something like that. You okay, Dawn? You're looking a little, ooh. Dawn is schizoing out a little bit. Minus 44 sanity, yum. Delicious. Delicioso. Oh my gosh, our freaking speed, dude. What the hell? Oh, this is awful. We need a, what do we need for fluid sac? We need purple. We're about to do purple. Okay, we're good. Actually. Is there no skills going after Gregor? Bruh. Gregor just being left out. That's cool. Bum, bum. Good taste. All right, I am joining Zaycorp tomorrow. It's because I like Malkuth. Hell yeah. That being said, I don't know how people can like Hod. I don't know how people can like the traitor. What is this? Who's this going after? Oh, it's going after Rodion. That's cool. So he's gonna get hit no matter what, which is great. Oh, this is actually favored? Did we just let this go through and then we can block this here with this? It says favored. If I lose this, then it's probably really bad. There's they say me he's distorting. I mean, you guys are in the back streets. I don't know if I have, I mean, it's sure it's in my jurisdiction, but I'm sure you guys will be fine back there, out there. I think I forgot to tell people that Arknight's world is basically a Pangea. There's only one giant continent. There is one giant continent and there's a bunch of just like land on treadmills. Did we fail? Did Faust fail the clash, by the way? I didn't notice. I didn't check. I didn't look. He did? Awesome. That's what we love to see. That's my Limbus company. I think, I'm not gonna lie, I think we're actually dying here, aren't we? He has a 25% chance to corrode if I do that. I guess that's the one issue with this ID, maybe. Can't really build up SP. Take notes from Rhyme Rodaya. What is Rhyme Rodaya? Is that... That's a Teth, right? Oh my god. Got reliable backup units? For the most part I should. Like, I think the next two should be fine. Although, I'm pretty sure they're not sinking. Energy's there, seeing creature? Yeah, he's being a little cringe. I'm just ignoring him. Yo, he staggered! Kill? Limbus Company. I heard her say Limbus Company, I clapped. Not kill. Oh my god, that's right, the health reset. Oh, the phase 2. God damn it, it's Arknights, right? Yeah, it's Arknights. You bring out the horse? The horse? Oh god, what is this? Slay the ocean! Slay the ocean! Slay the ocean! The guitar's going mental! What is this? Deal 5% damage for area enemy with cold, inflict 5 sinking, inflict 1 sinking count, inflict, can we even freaking, can we win this? This doesn't seem like a winnable clash, does it? I'm gonna just do this and see what happens. Just use every single weak attack. Can't even clash? Oh, it's unclashable. Okay, so he's just gonna do this no matter what. Got it. The horse is here! Pina! Pina! The horse is here! Oh, we still get an attack afterwards if we don't stagger. That's kind of wild. The knight rides upon the violently winning steed. Lance raises skyward. The knight races across the sea, splitting its waves. We won't succeed at this rate. Stall him, please, even for a second. Irene directs her hand cannon towards the knight. Her aim and will undulates on the same frequency with the waves. We need but a moment to recover. Top of the waves. Go for his legs, not his lance. Hell yeah. We have to stop the knight's charge. Observe the situation more carefully. Yes, that's exactly what we should do. Stall like that. The knight's fierce charge briefly wavers when Sinner Don Quixote jumps in his path. How fitting. Don Quixote stopping Don Quixote. The Inquisitor quickly capitalizes on this momentary opening. A blinding spark flies from her hand cannon. The knight is thrown off his steed. The Slayer's skills becomes clashable. Cool. Dance, aren't they gathered to defeat the knight? They must have fight gathered here, there, believing him to be one of them until they came to a realization that the knight is a traitor to the great will. The knight leaps off from the surface, but the sea rises violently in response to drag him back down. The waves crest high, gnawing upon the knight, crashing him back down to the water surface. But he leaps once again, the cresting waves as his stepping stones. He belongs not to the sea. He stands tall against the great will, his head held high in utter eternal defiance. The unremittent knight rides across the watery mountains and charges at us. Oh gosh, what is this now? Oh no. You got this? Let's go. Senator Rodion brings the knight's charge to a stop, then the waves begin to crash in. Once, twice, thrice, but unlike the knight in the back streets, the waves don't stop coming. He has always challenged the waves and is fated to do so for eternity. The waves will always shake the sea until the day of the knight's sinking. Gargle passive deactivated. The last knight gains the knight's corpus. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Why did you distort? You're not supposed to do that with this ID. What do you mean? Who's she attacking? She's going after Ishmael? Okay, that's fine. I'm sure Ishmael will be fine. Can I actually like, no? Lame. Well, if anything I could. Oh my gosh, she's fatal to Sloth. Yeah, we need to get our SP back up and also heal. Dawn is so close to dying. Holy. Slay the ocean! Slay the ocean! We need somebody to clash with this, and somebody that can clash actually, and it works. How about good old Meowner? Send in the Meowner. Biblically accurate angel versus a really stubborn horseman. Who wins? I'm assuming this is definitely going to win. I'm assuming she's going to win. Why is Meowner showing up? I'm hovering over Rodion and Gregor's shit is showing up. What? What did they mean by this? Dude, 900 HP without stagger? I think we should be able to get there, surely. That's some one way or another. It's so sick, man. It's so cool. I love it. No, is everybody gonna get staggered before they can do things? No, please, Faust did not get staggered. Faust, yes, Faust is fine. Okay. The first telecoin, what can you do, man? It's Limbus Company. We love RNG. We don't actually love RNG. Ishmael, watch out!
기분의 적으시면 모든 것을 지켜낼 테니.
You know, I don't think I ever got this I never got a really good look at this actually. Oh my god, she hit more than Ishmael there. What the fuck? God damn it. That was pretty rough. You know what? Maybe we actually do just let Gregor get got here. Just let him tank all the attacks real quick. And we just throw another fluid sac. Oh no, we don't have the orange for it. Oh, that's cool. How were the 10 pulls? Yesterday, 120 pulls. I managed to get all of them but Keltsit. Durante for fluid sac. I don't want to use fucking gacha mechanics, dude. I don't want to use gacha mechanics. I don't want to use gacha mechanics. I don't want to. Oh, they're so cringe. I got a great idea. Let's go ahead and borrow that daily gacha bullshit from Fate Grand Order. That'd be a great idea, Dad. Oh my gosh, we're getting a little nippy here. Holy. This is not looking good. What is this going after? I guess Dawn's freaking dead. They of us were dying, skill 3. Sad part is that I really want her to actually use Persuance so she actually heals people. Because like, I can't do it actually. She's gonna corrode if I, god damn it. The problem with this damn ID is that if I do anything but just if I use EGOs, I can't use EGOs in this thing, man. You just are not allowed to use EGO. They're immobile. Looks precarious. A wee bit. He's halfway dead, so. And he's about to take an absolute unit of damage, despite her. Oh my god, Jesus Christ. You know, actually this might go well. This might be fine. Or Diane does a lot. Oh, what are you doing? What are you doing, Fishmail? GG, shake my skill 3. It is kind of goofy, isn't it? Person swans. Staggers immediately after using his moves. Crazy. And we got him. No way, he's gonna burn to death. Burn to death. Let's go. Mission accomplished. Beauty of Night Despair Rodine skill 3 nuke. It literally is just a it's just an EGO in itself, which makes sense. It's it is what's this phrase? Night Despair. I'm out of rounds. The lamp's almost out too. We're holding him back for now, but we won't last much longer. No bullshit, I can last. No BS, I can last. The lighthouse, not so much. Ugh, what difference does that make? Sinners were reeling from the battle against this enemy who is more like a force of nature than human. Without giving us much time to breathe, the knight fixes the spear and begins charging at us again. It didn't take very long for the severity of the situation to dawn as I quickly began to rack my head with a desperate wish. What can I do? What can I do here? So he's actually beating their ass so hard. Like, wait, hold on. Oh gosh, I don't want a power scale. I really don't want a power scale. I don't really want a power scale. He's basically like Ricardo essentially when they met in Kanto 5, but they're stronger than how they were in Kanto 5 now, and they were actually able to hold their own against Ricardo the last time they fought. So is this dude actually like as strong as Ricardo now, or a little bit stronger than Ricardo now? Let's not power scale. Give in power scale. The duality of man. I do want to. We're probably gonna do that at some point. So I actually did look at Tier Maker to look at operators for Arcanites, because I do want to try doing that Tier Maker list where I like rank each person based on like a fixer level or a grade of fixer. There is no tier maker that has all the operators and Arknights. And there is, if I were to make my own, there is like 370 operators to use in Arknights. Evil Zay, perhaps we must indulge in power scaling. I mean, it's so interesting to see how it works, but it's like, don't go rabid over it, you know? 300, yes, there, I looked at it. Let's see, how many playable operators are in Arknights? There is 366 global, and there is 386 operators in the Chinese servers. There's a lot of operators to use in Arknights. There's a lot. That's a lot of ops to compare. So yeah, if I were to ever do that, I think I would probably have to stick with like 6 stars or something. That's when through the mist, the black space begins to envelop my vision once again. Wait, this is just like, and from the dark light shines again. I reach out forward towards it and see, unlike in the earlier phenomenon, which focused entirely and powerfully on Scotty, a single individual, what I saw this time was an unfamiliar place called Kazimierz. Let's go! We love Poland. We love capitalist Poland. This place was filled to the brim with things that Don Quixote would lose her mind over, like knights and their countless fans, an arena in which to test one's mettle. But the one in Maya's thoughts sits far from all of that glory in a very mundane looking office. He wears a well-kempt set of clothing while his eyes are, with a slight squint, focused on reading the newspaper. The man looked more like an office worker than a knight, but the most radiant part of that scene was a banner hanging on the wall and a sword. Don Quixote was the first sinner who came to mind. Can she, our ardent admirer of knights and pursuer of glory, spend that energy from his sword as her own? Wait, no, he's different. I need someone who doesn't pursue glory, someone who can handle their own tarnished glory. The sinner who can detachedly wield the entirety of their bygone honor is, yes, there's just one. Oh, okay, so that makes sense why he gets me honor. Okay. This one has 368 images apparently and seems to have monster. Ooh. Updated 2020. Oh, look, there's this 2025 9/16. Cool, so this is actually would be it. Dear God, there's so many freaking oh Jesus Christ, dude, this tier list would be so fucking painful to go through. This would be a stream on its own. I would have to go through basically 100 Arknight operators in an hour. That is like one every 30 seconds. That's one every 30 seconds. I love how we are just cutting this this really amazing moment short by just talking about how many fucking operators there are to use in Arknights. Look at this. Jesus. There's Meowner. Yeah, that's a lot. That's a lot of operators. There's Marcel. We get to rank the dungeon meshy people as fixers. Let's go. Yes, there's just one. I'll trust you, Gregor. Use the CGO to hew into the knight's charge. Split the waves. Use the light to split the waves, huh? I hear you, Manager Bud. Let's do this. That's actually so sick. That's so cool. That's so cool. I love it. I love the idea of this. The fact, yeah. Bro, when Gregor freaking goes in, it's gonna be so cool. It's going to be so sick watching Gregor go the fuck in, man. The incandescent golden blades of light surge forth, cleaving through the darkness of the sea. The knight withstands and parries each of those lights away, but he comes to a stop when the last of the golden radiance cuts across the sea and looks in our direction as if to admire it. And finally, the lighthouse makes a low, resonant creaking noise before firing a bright light towards the ocean horizon. Mayors had completed the repairs. Woo! The light returneth to its house once more! Silence all! Mayors is saying something! Like I would have said, Mayors was speaking out the window and shouting something at us. The potential, man. He's so, like, it is cool, like, he's really just a goofy jabroni. He was such a goofy jabroni at the start of Limbus Company. He really was. But, yeah, just seeing that part right there really just shows that when he gets serious, he actually is kind of a badass, you know? A short badass, mind you. I think he's barely taller than Sinclair, right? Zephyr runs on his arm. Yep. Again, once we get past the next 2 chapters, something's probably gonna happen to Gregor, since we need just 2 more. Pretty sure we need 2 more, right? Vessel Massus is still near the shore, somewhere in the coastal sea, moored somewhere by the beach, somewhere quite a bit of distance away from the village coast. Confirmed. I'll radio Dr. Kaltza immediately. Phew. That's all well and good, but what about that monster? Yeah, what if it charges the lighthouse again and destroys it?
I heard it talk during our battle, but I don't think that creature is capable of actually communicating with them. This'll be a problem.
Oh, Don Quixote, wait, don't get too close to it. It's dangerous. Look at her face. Before we can stop her, Don Quixote had already approached as close as she could to the seaboard, her eyes twinkling. She takes a brief moment to admire the knight and his steed before asking in an energetic tone, "Oh, mighty knight, what is the name of thy noble steed?" Roshinate. I clap. I clap. Wait, she can communicate with them? Woo! 'Tis quite the coincidence then. My noble steed is also named Roshinate. Oh, it's so dumb. It's so dumb. One who is not a comrade, they are a steed, you say. Forsooth, a steed most fine indeed. It hath served me well over countless adventures of mine, despite its appearance. Yet I must acquire thee, noble knight. Wherefore dost thou strike this lighthouse so? Isharmala. Ooh. It was at the waves. The waves are darker, more raucous. Perchance there was a tad inconvenient misunderstanding here then. Good night, I and my compatriots are now embarking upon an adventure most important. Yet, with thy obstruction, we are unable to do so. Prithee, wilt thou return to whence thou came? Don Quixote regarded the knight with a stance that was at her once courteous and brave. And the knight and his steed, Roshinante, stared wordlessly back at Don Quixote. Welcome! Hello! Who the hell just raided? Ratsura VT, thank you for the 3 Clifoth meltdowns. Welcome. What were you up to? Ratsura VT, were you also doing the Limbus company? Limba? What were you doing? You were editing and chatting and editing. Amazing. What an amazing title name. You clap, P clap. I just like, we were talking about this so many times. It's like 2 people that it would be amazing to see Don Quixote communicate with. It was basically this guy who is Don Quixote himself also, the Arknights version of Don Quixote. And then there's a character in Arknights that's voiced by the same voice actor as Don Quixote, like the same Korean voice actor. And she's a knight. Like, it would be perfect. Let's play the new Kanto. Welcome. This has been absolutely amazing. It's like, Jesus Christ, man. I wasn't sure if she managed to get through to the knight or if the knight just lost interest, but they both departed the lighthouse looking out to the far distance. So they really exist, seaborns who hope for something other than just survival. Such powerful seaborns lurk at sea. Are you right, Donkey?
You should be thankful that it somehow yielded a positive outcome. When are you going to fix that habit of rushing forward without thinking it through?
I mean, the way she interacted with it was just like how they would interact with the abnormality, like the interaction screens, I would say. What was I gonna say? I lost track of what I was gonna say. My apologies. While Don Quixote returned the night with that bizarre conversation, Amaya raised her voice happily as though she just received good news. What? Dr. Kaltza, is that true? What's going on? The doctors managed to infiltrate the vessel Massus. They're already done cleaning up the decks and are now waiting for the rest of us to arrive.
But it's hardly been 10 minutes since the lighthouse came on.
The doctor's an excellent strategist, and based on what Dr. Kaltza told us, I think they had already some plans in motion before we activated the lighthouse. And of course, the doctor's an amazing strategist. It's the doctor. Great, let's return to Scotty and join them. We returned to the raft and explained what had transpired. Scotty listened to us quietly before replying in the exact same manner she did before. Someone's going to have to stay behind. I'll stay. Go find the vessel Massus. You're going to refuse again if we offer help, aren't you? Yes. Then I'll see you after we retrieve the vessel Massus. I'll let the doctor know what happened here. What an oddball. Yeah, I'm starting up Arknights just real quick. Oh, whoops, you guys can actually see that already. My bad. Yeah, no, I'm starting up Arknights real fast because I want to show real quick what the person I'm talking about for the Limbus people, for the Limbus jabronis. I want to show the character that I'm talking about in terms of Don Quixote. Like, the moment you hear this character, you will easily be able to hear Donkey from this. Doctor should give Dante tips on how to manage multiple people at once. Bro, he would actually be great to teach him, yeah. Doctor would probably be very interested in the fact it's like, where the hell did all these humans come from? So this character right here is Neural. And she is voiced by Kim Ya-lim, who is also the voice actor for Don Quixote.
가장 위험한 곳으로 배치해줬으면 한다.
There she is.
이 방패와 내가 모두를 지키겠어.
It's great. And she is also, I think, is she actually the strongest Neural in the Neural family now? Pretty sure she's stronger than Meowner, right? Yep, there she is. God, she has such a, her design is so sick. I love it. Actually 10 out of 10 design. Look at her chill on the beach. Sancho voice for real. Yep. Yeah, her design is really sick. It's a damn shame that she's a season 1 character and she has been insanely power crept on, sadly.
기사라는 칭호는 명예의 상징이지. 그게 언제부턴가
Great.
돈벌이를 위한 수단으로 전락해버리고 말 줄은. 안녕하신가, 박사. 그대에게 빛의
Hey, little power creep, yeah. 5-star Neural. I mean, yeah, that is a good point. She has an ultra where she's a 6-star, and that 6-star Neural is actually pretty viable. But yeah. It was pretty much Jesus Christ, what the hell was that? Oh right, the freaking that's right, they used the mission complete music for the victory music for Arknights. Rhodes Island. What? Why is this titled Rhodes Island? That's foreboding. Hey look, cultist.
발목 잡지 않도록 최선을
Not close to the
다할게요.
start nor end, but what I'm saying, we should be like 2 or 3 more cutscenes away. I think somebody said that it goes up to like 14, I think. This is the doctor, researcher at Rhodes Island. Oh, we're already here. Nice to meet you. Yo, he's so sick. Why did they make him look like a badass? What the fuck? This is the goober who drinks boiling hot water and eats ramen raw. Why did they make him look so menacing? It's this jabroni. The same doctor. Yep, there he is. That's our doctor. Look at him. I love how like 99% of the time the doctor really is just a goober, and now here they are like making him look like the most badass of badasses. Maybe this is what it actually is. Maybe this is what it actually looks like when you encounter the doctor. He looks so sick and such, but like we as the doctor just seem like absolute goofballs, you know? By Allah, behave yourself. I will give you a taste of my shoe. They brought out the evil spirit of Babel for the collab. Oh, it's not Doctor, it's Oracle. When after everything we went through, finally had the chance to meet the Doctor of Rhodes Island, I realized that I had been building a vastly different image of them in my mind based on the name alone. I was thinking they were going to be someone like Yasang Faustor, Hohenheim from LCE, but the first impression of them was similar to what I felt when I met a K-Corp employee. The clock just ticked. He's yapping, he's talking! It's so weird to see the doctor talk! And this is Dante, a manager at Limbus Company. The ticking just now was nice to meet you. Okay. He's so... Why does he seem so menacing in this? Thanks for accompanying Amaya. Honestly, I was pretty worried when we were separated at the border. This is so fucking weird. Oh my god, what is this? This is just weird. I don't know how else to say it, man. I should thank you and Amaya, actually. We would have been in a real pickle without her, so it's a bit embarrassing to repeat that myself. Dante says that we would have been in a real pickle without Miss Amaya. Sorry, Manager Bud. Sorry, Manager Bud can't talk human, so don't worry about it. We'll talk over the translation. It is incorrect to state that the manager cannot talk human. And more, shut the fuck. Come on, Marisol. I really wish, I really hope that the Limbus cast just gets together to voice this entire like event, like on their own. Like it would be very selfish. I know that's like a really selfish thing to like hope for. It would be really cool though, you know, because like we're not gonna get this voiceovered. We're not. This is a one-time thing. This is not gonna come back in 6 months. Well, actually, maybe they will actually say, sure, we'll have it come back in 6 months. Bro spoke so much the font became small as fuck. Yep, that's it. This is like the second or third time this has happened for Marisol. It is incorrect to state that the manager cannot talk human. A more accurate assessment would state that the manager is incapable of assessing sonic means of communication, which includes verbal communication. However, they are able to produce a repetition of multiple sounds that may register on a similar scale to the ticking of multiple hands, second hands, mid hands of a clock. I don't know. Something about the way Marisol put it sounds worse. Don't worry, it is not a difficult task when only a single individual has to be translated. I'm definitely gonna like maybe talk about this at the end of the video when I make my video, but it might sound a little mean, but Project Moon puts more care into the Arknights characters than Hypergriff puts care into the Arknights characters. Like just looking at these sprites and seeing how like expressive the characters are in this compared to how expressive they are in Arknights is actually insane. They actually have so many different expressions in this, and like it's so much more noticeable in this compared to Arknights, and it kind of makes me feel a little bad. It's a bit of a shame. I do like how they look in this way more than Hypergriff. Hypergriff is too busy spending money on music. Maybe that's a fair point. Yeah, they are making a lot of music. I'm definitely gonna say that at the end of the video I'm making, because like I do wish that Hypergriff put more like care into the story, because the story for Arknights is just so amazing, but what we have read so far in the entirety of this is like 3 chapters. This is like all that we've read so far in this Limbus Company event is basically like 3 cutscenes of 21 cutscenes in an event, pretty much. There is so much dialogue, some of it almost unnecessary, and so much of it is bloated that it's kind of hard to get through the Arknight story because of that. It deters people almost. And I kind of wish that they kind of like try to focus on somewhat on the story to make that better. Hippogriff and Project Moon Fusion Dance needed. Yeah, it's kind of like get the story, get the writers of Project Moon, throw them into Arknights, get the sprite work. Honestly, I mean, I just like the art style of Project Moon so much. I love the art. I love this art style. I love the art style of Lobotomy Corporation. I love the art style of Library of Ruina. I love the upgraded art style of Library of Ruina, which is pretty much Limbus Company. Can't wait for Limbus guest ops and Arknights. If oh my gosh, I'm actually gonna go fucking mental if that actually happens. Like the last time I have actually gone like full-blown mental is when I saw Armored Core 6 was coming out, was being spoiled when that trailer showed up like 2 years ago now. That is when I went actually mental. I've been going a little mental over this though. This is actually really cool. Time to go lose all my... I would actually throw all of my money at that, yeah. Don't worry, it's not a difficult task when only a single individual has to be translated. Doctor, let us move on to the next steps of the plan. Next steps? Thanks to Limbus Company's efforts, we obtained the exact coordinates of the vessel's masses and managed to capture the decks with ease. However, Fabius, who is suspected to be a bishop of the deep, and his followers have barricaded themselves inside the bridge's control room. While it may seem as though they're hiding, I believe they're trying to bait us.
As in, they're waiting for us to enter the bridge before summoning reinforcements from elsewhere to trap us in a pincer attack?
Something like that. The elsewhere is most likely to be the sea, as their reinforcements are probably more sea terrors. Fabius is seaborne, the oceans will answer to the call of their kind. Limbus Company and Irene will head to the bridge and neutralize Fabius. Amaya and I will accompany you to provide support and identify the situation within the bridge. In the meantime, Kalta and the other operators will remain on standby on the ship's exterior at the pre-designated locations. I'd like to avoid getting surrounded by sea terrors before we manage to take down the Church of the Deep within the bridge.
I observed several entry points leading straight to the bridge while we were working on repairing the vessel. Your force doesn't seem numerous enough to close off all of them.
It's true that there are many entry points here, but we don't need forces guarding every single one of them, especially here. The hallway is narrow, long, and straight, so... Doctor's so good at managing people. That's the reason why he's like the big guy in Rhodes Island, is because he's the strategist.
Makes sense to me. How about here? Are you sure you're not overly focusing your forces to a single checkpoint?
Let's see, but on closer look, looks like Commanding Officer Altus is finally in our environment. Got any questions, Manager Bud? I have no idea what they're talking about, if I'm being honest. Really? I saw you commanding the Sinners earlier. You seem pretty adept at giving orders and making strategic decisions. Indeed, they seem quite adept at making on-the-spot strategic commands and identifying exploitable weaknesses and patterns in their enemies. Ifrit lane. Narrow, long, and straight. It's an Ifrit lane. Bring out the Ifrit! However, the Doctor and the Outsider are operating on fundamentally different fields. No further elaboration is necessary. Agreed, that particular aspect of strategizing is not one of Manager Dante's obligations. Even if there is a chance for them to engage in such elements, it may be too early to do so. Is that so? It is, at least that is what Faust has judged. What are they on about? I was about to ask that myself. Look at that face! I don't know. I have no idea. Having finished her discussion with the Doctor over the plan, Altus returned wearing a grim look. Is there something wrong with the plan?
No, there wasn't anything wrong with the plan. I expected a certain degree of competency, but they were impressive, far beyond my expectations.
Really? That good, huh?
Even when I think back to my days in the line of duty, I can't think of too many like them.
Right, so they're dependable. Good enough for me. If your strategizing's done, let's get cracking. What of you, Miss Mayers? If it is too much to face what awaits, then you need not follow us. I decided to stay here anyways. The Doctor is going to update you in real time on where the safe zones are, so please keep that communicator close to you. The blue box. She's gonna tell her where the blue box is. I will. Hey, if Gramps, is there something you would like for us to do? No, it's nothing. If there's something you want to tell him, contact us through the communicator at any time. We're going to find a way to resolve this as peacefully as we can, but if the negotiations break down... Yeah, I know what you mean, Doctor. Be safe, everyone. Man, she's short. Who, Irene? Or Mayers? Did you ever reach Yobi Files? No one could ever explain strats or missions to her, then Doc comes along with commands like attack that, fight until I arrive, stay here, and she becomes a monster? Yeah, you gotta keep it simple for her. Actually, the most head empty operator, I think, in all of Rhodes Island, right? What is this? Oh, it's so sick, dude. I'm just browsing through my Arcanines folder right now. Look at the sick ass image. Oh, it's so good. We love, bro. Meowner is so Chad, dude. He's so cool. He's so cool. We love the Meowner. He's so sick. I'm trying to find a Shiobe picture. I swear I have a head empty Shiobe picture somewhere. I cannot find it though. What can you do? Bubble likes to compete for that spot by headbutting walls, doors, and eating the reception's plants. Really? Leaving Mayors behind with her unfinished sentence. I was actually thinking about who are the most head empty people in Rhodes Island. Yeah, I could see Bubble being one. We followed the Rhodes Island team into the bridge. They have their own anime together, yeah. The bridge was as gaudily decorated as ever. Fabius, flanked by hooded followers and sea terrors, greeted us with a kindly smile. Welcome.
I truly did appreciate that kindness. Wherefore didst thou seek to harm us?
Your suspicions are certainly justified, but I implore you to think back. If you truly believed that we had sought to harm you then, how would you explain that one peaceful night you had spent in Faro Muerto? We have never wished you any harm. We did not then and we do not now. Huh, not even a day after you folks stabbed us in the back like cowards and you want us to believe that? Our wish has always been the same. We only wish to extend the freedom to roam the seas to those with capable, kind-hearted souls. Mate, we know you were just trying to turn us into sea monsters of some kind. Monster is only a name, the essence of it being changes, not regardless of the label given to it. Become one with the sea, become one with the endless cycle of life, and one day your misunderstandings will end, and you will come to understand us. Looks like this fight between us is going to be unavoidable. I pulled out the identity cards the moment I saw Fabius raising his hands. It seems so goofy that like Dante just pulls out a bunch of cards like he's a freaking like he's from Yu-Gi-Oh. It seems so silly. His Limbus Sinner cards, his Sinner info cards, man. The doctors seem to have finished their preparations as well as they and Amaya stood opposite Fabius. Incoming, get ready everyone. Let's stop them here for good, no matter how long it takes. Their strategic formation prioritized reducing sacrifices to the absolute minimum. Their command sought to protect, sought to defend, and their forces were quick to follow them. Rhodes Island's operation was certainly impressive, but that's not exactly our style. That's a good point, actually, yeah. Rhodes Island plays so differently. They play so, like, safe and passively, and Limbus Company is just like, yo, throw everybody at them. Oh, your arm is torn off, your torso's gone. Here you go. Revive. All I can do is put my faith in the sinners and push them onwards. Our style is trust me to bring you back no matter how many times they cut you down. Let's wipe them out. That's great, dude. I should have swapped this to Dante. Oh, is this a focus fight? This is a focus fight, it looks like.
탈출 개체 확인.
Fight! The Bone Doggo is here! Well, this is hyper aggression and man doesn't show. I mean, when you do not have to care about your life, it would be a lot easier to fight. It really would be. Like, that is seriously a force to reckon with. A small squad of dudes who give no shit about their own well-being. I would say that definitely gives them, like, an advantage in battle, like a big advantage in battle. Oh, really? Nobody targeted that guy? We're win rating through this entire thing, damn it. Whether this game wants me to win rate or not, we are win rating through this entire thing. You think that is the improper way to growing into color tier, but I guess whatever works. I mean, I'm pretty sure a lot of color tier fixers probably don't really care much about their own well-being either. They kind of just go the fuck in. The Dark Soul strat, they could kill me, but I'm coming back for more. Yeah, I mean, having to deal with, like, canonically, that is what the Hollow is. That's what you are. You're just a dude who keeps coming back to fight. That would be really obnoxious, honestly. Like, if I was any of the bosses in Dark Souls, I would actually just leave after like the third or fourth time. Knowing full well that they're actually slowly getting closer and closer to beating my ass and they just keep coming back and they don't stop, I would just say, okay, I give up. I'm actually just gonna leave now. When the boss sees the naked Hollow speedrunner. That would be pretty funny to, is he just a, yeah, he is. Reap nutrients. Nutrients. Flesh. We're still gonna do it. We're just gonna keep win rating. I wanna see how far we can get with just win rate spam. Like Roshinante or Don Quixote, we had to actually not do win rate spam. Also don't get exhausted. Imagine Souls-like where they get tired after beating your ass so many times. That sounds like a Hideo Kojima thing. Like how the end in Metal Gear Solid 3, you can actually just beat the end by just leaving the game alone for like a week, and then he's dead. You know what? I did say I was gonna kill the Terraria run, but I have an idea actually. I did see something else for Terraria that I might just do a master mode run with. A week? There's a lot of context I'm missing. So the end in Metal Gear Solid 3 is a sniper. You're supposed to have a sniper fight against him in 3 different areas, like 3 really big areas. But what you can do is, you can literally just leave the game alone for an entire week. Like just turn off the game, come back to it within a week, or after a week, just come back to it, and then he's just dead. The game tracks what day you left the game, and when you come back, just like how Animal Crossing does its, you know how Animal Crossing does its features, right? Like the very first Animal Crossing?
오작 터뜨려주지.
It does the same thing. Only ever heard about this interaction, never tried it. There's like 3 ways to beat the end. There's that one. Actually, no, there's 4 ways. You can kill. There's one moment where you see him at the very beginning of Metal Gear Solid 3. And if you snipe him while he's just like being wheeled about in a wheelchair, you actually just don't have to fight him anymore during his boss fight. He's just gone. He's dead already. The other way to get past the end is if you climb up a tree, and if you just hang out on the tree the entire time, he just shoots you, he takes pot shots on you, and he actually just gives up. He actually doesn't want to fight you anymore, and you just get captured.
너도 누군가에겐 아껴졌겠지만
Snapping a guy in a wheelchair, how Gormless. Hey, he's old, okay? He just needs to go nap. Like, perma-nap. What did Sinner number 3 do this time? Is that Don? That's Don Quixote, isn't it? Send it. Send in the Meowner. It's crazy that I get to say that line when I'm playing Limbus Company. It's so cool. It's so cool. Send in the Meowner.
악은 이렇게 정화되었네.
We're finally attacking the flower. We're finally getting our asses beat by the flower. He got a tail slip.
이 검은, 이 명예는, 이 영광은 이빨이지.
Good job, Gregor. Proud of you. Look at that damage.
창의적인 발상군.
Oh, don't attack the goddamn you guys. They love the Roomba. I love the Roomba too. I can't blame them. We all love the Roomba. Oh, the Roomba actually went human. Oh, it looks like win rate spam actually did work. Who would have guessed? Oh my god, she's going in. Jesus Christ, the damage. Oh, is there another wave? Oh no. Whoops. What is this? Nether Sea Brand. Oh, it tells you how far the Nether Sea Brand is. Okay. Oh, I heat. Again, Roomba buffs enemies. Wait, does it really? What do you mean it buffs the enemies? The Nether Sea Brand buffs the enemies, doesn't it? That's how it should work. And the Roomba cleans the Nether Sea Brand because that's how it works in Arknights. That would make no sense if it buffs the enemy. Yo, what's with all these heads that you're flipping with Ion? What the hell? Going through this event, I will say nervous impairment is a bitch ass motherfucker. You should definitely play Arknights. You should see how nervous impairment in that is. It's so worse.
강력한 공격은
Hello.
단순히 적을 제거하는 이점만 있는
Yeah,
것이
nervous impairment is disgusting in Arknights. It's awful.
휩싸일 테니.
탈출 개체 확인.
Nervous impairment cannot be healed when it was introduced in Arknights because wandering medics didn't exist. Are you serious? I feel like you guys told me that one time. That's actually ridiculous. Having to deal with nervous impairment when wandering medics didn't exist to heal it, that's ridiculous. That sounds awful. Like, I went back to that event once I got Ayafayaya, I believe. They had those lamps on the stages to heal it. Oh, you had to use the stupid lamps. Okay. City humans are probably the few kinds of humans that could take on Terrans. Yeah.
나쁘지 않은 성과입니다.
That is actually a good point. I did forget that the Doctor's actually insanely weaker compared to these people, and the Doctor's kind of just a normal human. Which is similar to how the Sinners are, basically. Like, rats are fixers. Like, again, we saw the Rainbow Six operators, the Rainbow Six Siege operators, go against the Terrans. And Fuse, the unit that Fuse is, got his ass beat by a little girl. What was her name again? I don't remember her name. She's an operator that you can get now. Yeah, he got his ass beat by a Durin, which is basically a hobbit. It's Thekno? I figured it was something. I remember it was something like that. Yeah, like this little girl right here managed to beat this unit of a Chad right here by pure physical prowess. He got his ass beat by her. Like, it's so goofy. Anime rules? It's just Terrans are just way buffer than regular humans. Techno is 130 centimeters, by the way. She's actually shorter than I mean, that makes sense. She's a Durin. She's a hobbit. Terrans are like 3 times stronger than her normal dude. Special species. Like, I would say they're all like... You would probably have to be like a grade... an average grade 7 or 6. What was the Bloodborne gang? What grade was the Bloodborne gang in the Library of Ruina? You would have to be like, I think at that level, I would say. Are we winning, by the way? I think we're winning. Yeah, it looks like we're winning. He's about to get staggered. Okay, you guys are acting really goofy here. You guys are all going after the Bone Dalgo who staggered. That's completely unnecessary. There's a time where the Chonk tried to pull a crossbow in Arknights, bro. Oh, I didn't notice. Is this move attack weight 4? This move has to be attack weight 4, right? Is it attack weight 4? Let's see. Consume all plus 1 attack weight, max 4. It is attack weight 4. Hell yeah. That's great. Did a power creep? Did the operators have a good time handling the Monster Hunter monsters compared to the hunters? There were no actual hunters in Arknights when the Monster Hunter collab happened. There is, yeah, get that Roomba. Get that Roomba. The one guy who is like a hunter, quote unquote, was just a jabroni from Terra who tried to take on the Rathalos. Only the cats. I guess the cats were like, yeah, the only actual people from the Monster Hunter world. Because the only guy who was like considered a hunter was, I think was just a Terran who was trying to LARP as a hunter. Rathalos and some cats got to Terra, yeah. They're pretty persistent. Fabius flees again, using Sea Terrors and his followers as meat shields. Wait, no, I see it now. It's not Fabius who's putting them in harm's way to save himself. The Sea Terrors and the cultists are throwing themselves in our way, entirely willing to sacrifice their lives to ensure that Fabius gets away. But for all that, the only place left for him to flee on the ship, wounded and cornered by the sinners in Irene's lamplight, was the decks. Nowhere left to run, Fabius. I understand you can't help but continue to thrash and struggle to live, even knowing that there's no hope. But running will only make your pain worse. That's different. Fabi didn't run to live. A voice echoes from under this dark sky. Mayors? Uh-oh. Oh no. Mayor is appearing quite different from how she did a moment ago. She approaches Fabius slowly, her expression solemn and mournful. She looks down at him wordlessly. I told you that your methods won't win their understanding, Fabi. Haha, what a shame. I thought those with such wisdom and aptitude would. I hoped you would still be able to realize your ideal here, even after I'd left. It will be realized. Fabius may die here, but we will remain. Now it is time, devour me. What Fabius blurted out threw us off once again, even before we regained our footing from the shock of realizing Mayor's true allegiance. Eat people? Oh, looks like they're about to give us a live demonstration of some gourmet art. Come on, Ryoshu. I heard it's a pretty common thing in District 23 backstreets, but I'd rather not see it in person. Hey, I think I'm just gonna look away. That's okay, right? You're just gonna let them, though? Just what? Doctor, weaker seaborns willingly let themselves be devoured by stronger ones, thereby sharing their experiences and nutrients with them. This is a commonly accepted practice among them. It is but a behavior that prioritizes survival over all else. This isn't done in any sense of sacrifice. The time is here. Devour me. Set sail towards your ideal. Sorry, Fabi. I've still got some canned food left for me on the ship, and I think I'll delay becoming a seaborn for a little while. Why? I found a new destination. I'll gain a new power from there, and then become a seaborn, so now is not yet the time. If that is your will, O Bishop. Don't worry, your flesh will fatten the blood kid of the sea. Mayor waves her hand, and sea tremors climb up to the vessel from the ship and begin tearing Fabius to pieces. Despite the way it looked, Fabius looked exhilarated. Exhilarated? Nary a look of suffering or pain wrinkling his face as they ripped his flesh apart. Yeah. I think, how many times have we seen this happen in Arknights? Like 2-3 times? We turned away from the scene that could not be described as anything else other than cannibalism to look at Mayors. Kaltsit. She. Don't need to ask questions when the answer lies plainly before you, Doctor. What is happening? Wherefore did young Mayors? It wasn't Fabius. Mayors was the Bishop of the Deep. Oh no. Contrary, I want to see Ryoshu be motherly. Well, we're definitely gonna get that in her canto. I'm pretty sure. Light of the city. Oh, is it time? Didn't one Arknight Seaborn start eating itself too? I don't think it was eating itself. I'm thinking of the funny doggo. God, that boss was annoying.
They've played us.
Don't despair, we still have the upper hand. We defeated Fabius and his cultists already, and even if they were to summon more sea terrors, we should be able to handle them without much trouble. Hey, Eager, just what were you thinking the entire time as you deceived us? I had a feeling I knew what she was going to say to that. She was either going to say that it was for our sake, that it wasn't a deception at all, or maybe she'll give us one final gloating. But her reply, the words of which were carefully selected after gazing out at the far ocean, was not what any of us could have expected. I'm sorry. I thought this would be the better way to approach you, but I see how it can come across as nothing more than deception. You're sorry? Why? Dante wants to know why you're sorry. Huh? Well, that's because I did something wrong. Wait, hold on. You've been deceiving us all along, Mayors, and now you're gonna... Oi, what exactly are you after? You're after the same thing that Giza was, ain't that right? Turning us into your bloodkins, it was all for our sake, giving all kinds of ridiculous excuses to turn us into one of those monsters. I do hope that you would all one day accept becoming Seaborns, but I'm not about to demand that you let yourselves be transformed today, right here and now. I understand that we all need some time to mentally prepare ourselves. So the one thing that I'm kind of confused by is that, is it basically that any eager that decides to reach the land, they're most likely a Church of the Deep, pretty much? Because the eager also hate the Seaborn. Like, I'm pretty sure it's like the vast majority of them don't like the Seaborn. So I'm guessing the ones who wanted to join the Church of the Deep decided to just go to the surface and be an outcast, basically, because of that. Like a coin flip. Some eager are church terrorists and leave for the land. I'm just wondering what percentage of eagers are Church of the Deep, though. Because I'm pretty sure it's the vast majority of them are not. May I understand your statement to be implying that you will not be forcing this upon us should we refuse? That's correct. It'd be against manners to do what Fabius did, shoving sea terror cells inside your body out of nowhere. Manners, huh? Well, I was taken aback by the fact that Mayers was a bishop of the Deep. It was also true that Mayers had never tried to bring us harm, unlike Fabius, who attacked the sinners directly. While she did almost get us in big trouble with Irene while explaining things to us, it is also true that Mayers has been extremely helpful so far. It was her who led us to the lighthouse, and it was her who stayed in that crumbling lighthouse until the repairs were done, as that terrifying night continued to assail its walls. What was your actual relationship to Fabius anyways? Thank God we don't have the Church of the Deep in chat. Yeah, we're totally not obsessed with fish people. Gladia's kind of hot. I don't know what you mean. There's someone who also once strove to realize the visions of our ideal worlds. Our goals once converged, but not now. I was pretty taken aback too when they attacked you back at the village. Maybe he got greedy when he saw Faust and Altus repairing the ship. He got greedy? Fabius believed that welcoming capable people as bloodkin would expedite Seaborn's evolution. Cool. So you're like some cult leader, but you don't necessarily want to antagonize us. You still haven't told us what you're after, though. I'm going to the city that lies beyond the dimensional door. So you're trying to flee to a different world where the Inquisition won't be able to chase you. This isn't running away. I just want to help the people of the city, that's all. So I'm bringing the Seaborns with me to the city? Okay. That's not, Mayers, Mayers, you don't understand. There's something called the head, and the second you show up, they're probably just going to obliterate you. You're going to get Ligbud, probably the second you show up. She's going to get spawn killed.
Don't tell me you're going to invade the city alongside those monsters then.
Then the foghorn suddenly blared and the ship shook as it began to move. Huh? Vessel Mastis has begun to move. Is this an automated sailing program? The vessel Mastis will now sail towards the dimensional door. I'll let Rhodes Island and Irene go right in front of the door, so don't worry. Did you seriously just tell us not to worry? Faust! Please calm yourself, Dante. It has not yet been determined if that is indeed the dimensional door connecting directly back to the city. No, it has to be. The warm shining light and the voice from within is getting clearer and clearer. Yeah.
Why don't we just let them into the city? The battle thus far have done well to demonstrate the level of danger Seaborns pose. However, I doubt they'll get very far even if they were to enter the city, don't you agree? In Han Yuan, we've all seen what happens when sapient, sentient, non-human entities enter the city. The head will take action the moment they realize their presence.
Yeah.
Of course, you must prepare ourselves for repercussions in case they decide to hold Limbus Company responsible once the dust settles. Yet, it is also very likely that we will fully escape any culpability, as we saw in the memories of the Kong massacre.
Your thoughts, Faust? If mermaids are allowed within city premises, why not the Seaborn? I think it's because the mermaids are a little too stupid. Urban Nightmare. However, considering their specific attributes, it will not take long for them to rise to become a star of the city level threat. There is a reasonable possibility that they may be issued with the Impuritas Cavitatis classification. That's pretty wild, actually.
Is that not an acceptable risk? If not the head, they should be manageable by a wing. This isn't that terrible of calamity.
Bacalta shook her head resolutely. No. Your technology seems to be based on something else, which is neither Originium Arts nor any of its derived technology. And that is precisely what could make your world vulnerable against Seaborns. Is it because they learn fast? Yes, those on the front lines of the war against Seaborns stubbornly stick to using traditional low-tech weapons. Deploying high-technology weapons against them is only going to make you an enticing meal. Then can't we just let whichever unfortunate wing that ends up fighting these? Do take into account that it may take a significant amount of time to earn their trust. Even if they were to be convinced, there would be other parties with alternative perspectives on the matter, complicating issues. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if a nest tried to weaponize the Seaborn, because like always, they love doing that. People love weaponizing organisms and shit. Why are they so casual in inviting a cavitous Imperatus? Because they expect the head to just take care of it for them. That's what they're thinking. Like, that's what we were thinking the same thing. The issue though is that if the Seaborn gets a hold of any humans within the city, they gain their knowledge and they will slowly start to learn what city weapons are, like what fixers use to fight, and they will adapt to those and use those for their own probably in some way. So it could turn pretty badly. There'd be other do take into account it may take a significant amount of time to earn the trust. Even if they were to be convinced, there would be other parties with alternatives, perspectives on the matter, complicating issues. Seaborn Arbiter, the horror, yeah. The situation will rapidly grow out of control if backstreet syndicates or fixers get involved, unless the head designates a taboo to prevent it. Even then, considering what she has been saying. Yes, we must consider the possibility that they may be capable of absorbing the head's technology as well before they are expelled from the city. How do you plan on helping the people of the city, Mayors? By giving them a chance to become Seaborns. What are you on about? Become Seaborns? She ain't told there either, eh? What kind of help is that? Mayors, you know that's no different than from what the Church of the Deep is doing here. Oh, that face! Amaya changed! Worse than bringing a Seaborn anywhere would be taking a Collapsal somewhere. Yeah, Collapsals are way more jankier. Like, I don't know what it is. There's like something in the air in Sammy, but like Collapsals feed off of fear and negative thoughts, I believe, in Sammy. They literally feed off of negative vibes. Your vibes are wrong, Bo. Become a Collapsal. No, it's different because someone's showering the city with the light. The light? The beam of the light from the White Nights and Dark Days incident. Could it be? Becoming a Seaborn is to become a part of great will called We Many. By doing so, one can be reborn as an altruistic life form, but at the cost of ego, the sense of self. And that's always been my issue with it. Everyone has beliefs of their own, dreams of their own. It feels too empty to lose all of that when they inevitably lose their sense of selves as they become Seaborns. Look, I want each Seaborn to have their own wishes, but the light shining through the dimensional door to our world is too faint to push them forwards that evolution. If only the light of the city could become more tangible, it just might be able to give every Seaborn an identity of their own, to remain uniquely themselves. Then why is it that you advocate towards those of the city to join the Seaborns, when one could simply learn more of the light before returning here? At first I thought all I needed was the clue to a better evolution, but Don Quixote's tales of adventures changed my mind. Mind adventures? You don't understand just how precarious you all are. And how would you, when you were born into that kind of world from the very start? A place where life has become a commodity and gold one of its few religions. The city has abandoned its yesterdays to survive today, and by doing so has given up on its tomorrows. Just as I needed the light, the city needs Seaborns. It needs their tenacious hold to life and their absolute unconditional selflessness. But at the end of the day, it still means that everyone has to turn into monsters. People ostracize the other. Something that isn't like me, something that feels alien to me, something I don't know or understand. So that fear is natural, because Seaborn are not human. But you just have to cross that threshold once. Miss Mayors, do you believe that nature of humanity to be evil? Humans are selfish, but that's not necessarily a bad thing. Good things can come from selfishness, that's for sure. Seaborn with EGO? Yeah, again, the Seaborn can get out of hand pretty quickly. It definitely would depend on how quick the head would take care of it. Like, would the head actually designate a person infected with Seabornitis a non-human and eviscerate them, or would they actually just let them be? But the side effects have become simply unsustainable. Doctor, you've been to countless battlefields where Rhodes Island has fought tooth and nail for the rights of the infected, but what came of it? Peace? No, it's the same. But still, we're all still getting better, little by little. I'm not trying to deride those small incremental steps and call them meaningless. Change takes time, and should it continue, I believe your efforts can be a beacon of light that will lead humanity towards a brighter future. But what about everyone who's sacrificed while you're taking your time, taking those incremental steps? Every single day of that incremental change is marred by unjust deaths. Some are enslaved for no other reason than their differences. People live on in despair that seems to have no end. I agree with what the light told me. People are diseased. They're so sick that, even in the far-flung future, even on the day the world ends, they will continue to fail to look forward, obsessed with scrutinizing each other in search of those differences. Even when every eager returns to seed, they still go on to bully and hate anyone with pointed ears, labeling them eagers. Even when oripathy is truly eradicated, people are still going to suspect and persecute someone as the infected. People aren't perfect beings. You're right, there probably isn't anyone out there who can really sacrifice themselves for the sake of others with nothing but perfect selflessness. Funny part about the Collapsals, would they be a massive risk to B Corp? The Beholders? I don't know. Again, I'm not entirely sure how Collapsals work and how they start infecting somebody. Like, from what I saw, it's basically supposed to be like, if you get spooked and you believe in the boogeyman, you start getting like bad thoughts. Like, seriously, that's how the Collapsals start infecting people from what I saw. But not when it comes to Seaborns. They don't suffer from all this absurdity, nor are they coerced to sacrifice against their will. They have the power to progress towards a better future built for mutual understanding, because they're the kind of life form that seeks common ground instead of scrutinizing for differences. The Bells. A strange shaped form shimmers and materializes before Mayors. I couldn't quite tell what it was, but it was rounded. It looked like a tool. It is possible that she had already met the conditions to efflorescence. Effloresce? A possible explanation would be the absence of the particular pull required to draw it out of her, or the insufficiency of it. This isn't anything like the arts. What is happening in front of Miss Mayors? Is our proximity to the dimensional door increasing the potency of influences coming over this from the city? Precisely. The connection to Faust returning to normal levels seems to indicate that. Wait, can people in other worlds, I mean Mayors, also manifest EGO? It begins. Eternal conflict and anguish is a commonality among every intelligent entity, regardless of whether they are from the city or not. Therefore, yes, Faust is quite positive on this possibility as well. However, what does that mean? The potential to effloresce an EGO implies the potential to distort as well. You've been dreaming for a long time, Mayors, drawing your own picture of an idealized world. Hey, Carmen. And you have chosen the ocean as the means to building a path towards that vision. Yet, why have you failed to take the leap of faith yourself? I had to make preparations. Seaborn are beautiful, there's no doubt about it. It's just that a key piece was missing to really achieve what I want. You're not being honest with yourself. I know it very well that you were afraid of becoming one of them. The fear that your own creed might crumble, that you might lose your own sense of self, your ego. The fear that you might end up becoming nothing more than just another thing swept up by the ineffably overwhelming will. Isn't it terrifying that this hope can just disappear in a blink? Who's she talking to? Is this something Limbus Company has experience with? If so, I'd appreciate an explanation. It's Carmen! It's Carmen! She's hearing that voice. With a singular fate that one had absolute confidence in breaks in one fell swoop and their ironclad will is shattered. People of the city have potential to distort into a monstrous form at any time. It is said that these phenomena are often accompanied by the distorting individual hearing a disembodied voice. Indeed, those who distort would oft behave as though they were engaged in a conversation. Of course, the same could be said for those who awaken ego. At first, I thought it was Kathy, but it wasn't her. The voice was beautiful, comforting, and even cozy. The kind of voice that puts all deep contemplation to sleep. So calm and so warm. No, there's more to the sunshine than its warmth. Sunshine? You don't share your interests with the other devotees. Survival isn't what you care about. What you really care about is giving everyone a chance to experience what it feels like to live in a world of warmth, ephemeral it may be. Right, we have to be about more than just prolonging our existences. What really matters isn't survival, it's what we leave behind for posterity, our legacy. As long as there's a guarantee that the like can indeed protect the sense of self, it'll be more than enough to convince people to become Seaborns. There's an Arknight's character talking to Carmen, dude. It's mental, mate. Please, don't have to concern yourself with what other people might think, Mayors. But everyone has their own wishes. I can't just bulldoze over theirs to force mine upon them. That's not what you really believe, is it? You know that better than anyone. While you hesitate, countless people who are bound to the inescapable bridle will continue to suffer. That might be true, but it's okay. You don't have to hide the shape of your heart, its colors. The only thing you have to concern yourself with is how can you lead the people of the city and then Terra world. I do not like the plot. I do not like this plot shield, this plot barrier. Love is our collective destination after all, so please let go of this tool that might break your heart. Don't force yourself to walk the path of thorns. Your pilgrimage need to be that of suffering. No, you don't believe in any recourse, do you? Other than this anyways. Don't you think we should find a better, faster path with less suffering before more people inevitably hurt each other with their ill intent? You're right. If there is no recourse, it has to happen faster. I can't waste any more time while people suffer. Follow your wishes, follow your desires, and paint. Let's show them the painting of your world reflected in your eyes. For the compassion they believe in, it becomes completely worthless. Oh, so she just becomes a Seaborn. Mayors, the yearning flotsam. She actually just became a seaborn, basically. This looks like, yeah, this looks more like a seaborn from Path of Life also. I understand the shape of your heart and what makes you want to enter the city, but we still know so little about the seaborns, about Terra, about Iberia. Whatever may have lit the fire under your feet, I can't bring you with us to the city as you are now. Even before the sinners had a chance to translate my words, Mayor slowly turned in my direction as though she clearly understood my words. But I must, Dante. Your adventures were full of exhilarating tales, and I saw kindness in every word and action of you and your friends, but that's not enough. You don't think they'll change? No, they will. In the far, far future. An incandescent brilliance burst forth before Mayor's. Past the light, I saw the ocean. Holy. Is this supposed to be eager? Is this the city underwater? The calm sound of gently lapping, crashing waves, the immense golden brilliance. A portal. Where did it come from? Dungeon of the Fathoms. A gate that leads into one's heart. This periphery is where LCB Department's specialty begins. While what lies beyond this periphery does not necessarily warrant Rhode Island's presence. Can you guys help? I don't know what kind of fathoms I'm walking into, but I have a feeling that we're going to need your assistance. Dr. Kaltzit? We're only here to investigate the dimensional door, but I don't want us to turn our backs on people we can help. Rhodes Island accepts Limbus Company's cooperation request. I'll go too. You're still in Iberia. I can't let Iberian business be handled solely by outsiders, let alone an instinct connected to the Church of the Deep. Don't worry, it's not like this is the first time we're letting someone not in our group into a Dungeon of the Fathoms. We'll be fine. More sea terrors. Given the circumstances, it seems very likely that sea terrors that were swarming the lighthouse are coming this way as well. I'll call Scotty here. The fucking eyebrow. I saw the eyebrow. Are we staying behind then? Amaya will go with you, Doctor. Following mayors who had already disappeared into the portal, we take our steps into the utopian world beyond. Ugh, it's dungeon time, isn't it? It's dungeon time. It's dungeon time. Let's go. It's dungeon time. Ah, it's dungeon time. Hold on real quick. We can. We were able to get it a while ago.
한눈 팔지 마세요. 매너.
How good is this, by the way? Good question. I don't know. Well, it has sinking. Trigger tremor burst, then reduce target's tremor count by 1. It is sinking tremor. Sure, let's go with that. It's a solid damage EGO. I know what I was expecting, but it seems to add sinking, which can be snazzy. Polar Ishmael loves it. I would assume so. Clash power +1 for every 4 sinking on the main target. Neat. +2. There's 3 coins on it. 3 attack weight. Pretty snazzy. The target has higher than 1 gloom resist. Deal 5% damage for every 0.1 excess resistance. Oh wow. So it actually goes through gloom resistance. At 2+ gloom resonance, deal 10% damage for every gloom resonance. If one or more targets are killed, deal sinking gloom damage against 2 random enemies. Neat. So you just blow up people, you splash the gloom of the sinking onto everybody else, and everybody gets depressed. Gloom spreader upon kill, yep. Does the tremor burst? Yes, it looks like it. So you can use it for a tremor team if you want. Let's go. The way Marcel described Carmen makes me wonder what his experience was in translation to his book. Who the fuck did he shoot? An Arab? Yo, it's Eager. This is the war is getting grimmer by the day. The sea terrors are coming, swarming. This is the day when the ocean-born calamity broke and sunk Eager's seemingly infinite stalwart growth. You didn't equip it? I'm pretty sure I equipped it. I saw the 40% on Ishmael, did I not? Aren't you going to the surface, mayors? More and more people have been getting too anxious to stay in Eager. I'm not. If Eager falls, it only means that the surface is soon to follow. Why? Think you'll head to the surface too? I'm thinking about it. While there weren't that many people around me began to leave for the surface, I consider some of them to be close acquaintances that all tried to convince me to leave with them. It reminds me of Amarat, this place in Final Fantasy XIV. It's so sick. But fleeing my home in favor of the land didn't feel right. The foretold calamity descended. It dealt a heavy blow to Eager, but the surface suffered much worse. I had to help them. How could I not after hearing that such a terrible thing has happened? I think I'll head to the surface. Seriously, the surface? Think hard about it before you go. If you leave now, coming back might no longer be an option. Every day must be a struggle for them, at least I don't have to fear for the immediate tomorrow. So it's my responsibility to provide help, as someone who is better off than them, even by a little. I know, but if I don't go there to help, things will only get much more dangerous for the land dwellers. Maybe that danger is the very thing that'll hurt you. I still think I have to help them. It's like a rich, spoiled brat trying to help out the poor, thinking that she can help. I procured myself an Iberian research vessel at a cheap price to bring me to the land. Unable to even submerge itself while moving, this wasn't exactly the best ship out there, and I normally wouldn't even give it a second look. But I thought it would at least help me navigate the coastal sea. I didn't expect this. The very first thing I witnessed on the surface was the bottomless hostility against the Eager. They denied my and Eager's offer for help for the sole reason that I came from the sea. They denied my compassion and my research. Get lost! We don't need your stupid research. You're from that same place as the Calamity, aren't you? Do you really think we're so stupid that we trust you? They confiscated my catalyst and tore my research apart. My wish to stand with them against the Calamity was devoured by the hatred born of the same Calamity. Any kindness, any compassion I gave them was repaid twofold in hatred and suspicion. Did the terrible conditions of this land transform them into monsters, or was this always their nature? I mean, how long ago was the Golden Age? How did the Eager not know that they were helping out the land dwellers with technology? It wasn't long before the research vessel I brought from the Eager was confiscated out of suspicion. Rebellion de Limbus. A few weeks later, when I finally came across the vessel by the beach, there was an uncanny name inscribed on its side, Rebellion de Limbus. But none of that was enough to stop me from continuing my research for the sake of the land dwellers. I went through so many trials and errors to somehow impede the sea terror's rapid evolution, to revive the Iberian soil contaminated by the Nethersea brand. But my work barely bore any fruit, and I let the days float by as I watched the Inquisition arrest the Eager one by one. When my sea terror samples and research notes came into view, they all looked completely different from one another, some of them with fundamentally different physiologies. Even still, nothing stopped them from being us instead of I. For the first time, I became doubtful of my efforts to interrupt their evolution. Her tales were not entirely fabrications. Mayers is a bishop of the Church of the Deep, so that automatically makes her a sinner in the eyes of the Inquisition, regardless of her reasons. The more I studied them, the more I found them to be such compassionate, altruistic creatures. All they cared about was their survival, without even a hint of selfishness. They're not some evil monsters from the sea. Mayors, I can see that Seaborn may not be evil, but it doesn't matter what they are, whether they are kindly life forms or whether they are simply a different form of civilization, it doesn't matter. Because Iberian Inquisition does not define Seaborns as evil. Seaborns are our enemy, threats to human existence. I have but one thing to say as an Inquisitor. You, all of you, are my enemy. But it would be a good thing for the Inquisition if I were to leave for the city, wouldn't it? Why would you say that it's a good thing for us to toss our problem into another world? That'll be like abandoning our pride. Unless they, the people of the city, give you permission. As an Inquisitor, I can't let you do that. Yeah, don't get your hopes up about that either. You can wrap it in a box that says compassion for all you want, but Mayors, your course isn't exactly the direction I'd like to sail in. The rest of the sitters prepare for battle in silent agreement with Ishmael's stand. Mayors mutters with genuine disappointment. I didn't want to have to do this. Waves. I had no better word to describe the horde of sea terrors crashing into us, but this is the only way it could have ended. Your words are composed entirely of your own color, no one else's. Manager Dante, right? Do speak. We will hold the line to defend this place against the sea terrors rushing in from the rear, so in the meantime, can you take down Mayors and deal with the remaining sea terrors? Absolutely. The manager has responded affirmatively. All operators will be drawing the sea terror to us. We don't need to take them all down. We just need to act as a wall between the wave and the people of Limbus Company. Irene, I would like to ask for your help as well. As for Amaya, please assist Limbus Company just in case. Okay, then let the mission begin. Adorable. Does she look like distorted Hohenheim? No, she looks like a evolved version of the Seaborns from Path of Life. Let's see, Arknights, Path of Life. Here, this is what the Seaborns looked like once we hit Path of Life, because the Seaborn started to evolve into turning into like microorganisms. Like they started looking like cells instead of like the bone doggos and such. And honestly, I don't really like the new look of the Seaborns. I like the look of how they are right now, what we're fighting at the moment, but yeah. This is what the Seaborns are starting to turn into. They're starting to turn into more like cell looking. That's what the big baddie Seaborn looks like for Path of Life, but dear God, how hard is it to find a goddamn picture of an average Seaborn from Path of Life? Why must it be so difficult? There we go, I found one. Yeah, so this is what a Sea Terror looks like in Path of Life now, or Seaborn. Yeah, I'm not a fan of it. They're turning into cells, basically. I think how they look normally looked cooler. There's basically the bone doggo. That looks bad. I mean, it makes sense what they're trying to turn into. They're turning into like the ultimate way to adapt. Someone's kid drew that. I mean, yeah, they're supposed to look like a cell, but it didn't do it for me.
제압을 준비합니다.
That kind of sucks. Yeah, I'm hoping that maybe the Seaborn will come back to the other way, backwards evolution. Well, it's just they're trying to take a more adaptable form than what they are right here. This is more about consuming.
오자 터뜨려주지.
Like these forms are mainly about consuming like things by just eating them, basically like an animal. Oh, cool. Amaya's our announcer. Path of Life's boss music is so good. I love it. Like the Seaborn events are always really cool, like in terms of story. And you kind of just see it from this. This is kind of interesting. I was assuming that the background was gonna change into like eager. The boss design for looks cool. Yeah, he's sick as hell. He's really cool. He gives a pretty good explanation too about what the Seaborn are trying to do. The fifth ending, or the final ending for the roguelike, also for the second roguelike, also tells you what the Seaborn are trying to do as well. Because the final ending for the second roguelike is pretty much what happens if the Seaborn do actually consume all of Terra. God, I really should make that Arknights video. I really should get around to doing that. Like, how should I go about doing it? I should do the Limbus Company collab video, and then Toronto lobotomization video, and then maybe work on the Arknights video, I guess. So Darkest Dungeon will have to be delayed for a little bit then, if I do that. Well, no, we're doing it tomorrow. I mean, well, I guess I am supposed to be stockpiling on some footage anyways. So should I play? You should 100% play Arknights. I think it's way better than Limbus Company, like gameplay wise. Arknights is just so much more fun to play. There is practically zero RNG involved when it comes to Arknights. It's basically when you lose in Arknights, it is either A, you're under leveled, so you just need to level up a little bit more, or B, skill issue. Those are like basically your two options when you lose. Come across a cavern full of sunken ship remnants and golden treasures that I've washed up inside. Should we continue to look just in case? Yeah, look around. Let's move on. Oh, whoops. Fuck! Usually the thing to fuck around and find out is the top side. God damn it! Love Twantu, but the updates are slow. Mate, that's just how a game is, man. You can't just expect them to slave away at Tuantus every single day. If there's a gacha, how good is it in Arknights? Definitely not Limbus Company. Again, Limbus Company, you can't compare any other gacha to Limbus Company's gacha. Like, Limbus Company is so nice. It's so lenient with its gacha. You can't compare the other, like all the other gachas to it. It's so unfair. Arknights is you have to spend $5 a month to keep up, I would say. But here's the plus side. You can beat the entirety, you can beat all of Arknights with the lowest rank of the operators. Like, it basically goes from 1 star to 6 star, and the typical like low ranks are 3 stars and 4 stars. You can beat all of Arknights with 3 stars and 4 stars if you really want to. Like, try to imagine trying to do a run of, like, I guess the extreme or the railways. Like, imagine trying to do a run of the railways with the default IDs in Limbus Company. But it's still, but it's actually like actually doable if you're just good enough. You just have to be good enough to do it. Arknights is balanced around 4 stars. I wouldn't really say it's the main story is balanced around 4 stars. The events are balanced around 4 stars until you do the challenge version, the hard mode of it. So you'll probably need, like, you can do it with 3 stars and 4 stars, but good fucking luck. Poncho got deleted for a day because the owner got banned for, yeah, I heard about that. I don't know what it was exactly. I think it might have been Judgment Bird. Was it because of Judgment Bird? Amaya, everyone has Amaya. Yeah. I mean, like, I'm planning to do a video that's basically to show people how to play through Limbus or Arknights. Like, it's how to play through Arknights and how to get to the best part of Arknights, which is the roguelike. The roguelike is actually amazing. I love the roguelike is the best part of Arknights, I think. It is so much fun to go through the roguelike of Arknights. It's so much fun. The only benefit to Well is that the challenge season we called contingency contract. Yeah, so those events, contingency contract for the Limbus people is Arknights Railway. Contingency contract is the railway for Arknights, pretty much. You have to bring your best guys to like 100% contingency contract. You can do it, but you won't be able to 100% the contingency contract with like the 4 stars and 3 stars. Railway isn't nearly as bad. Yeah, because a lot of Limbus Company is based off of luck. When it comes to Arknights, you actually have to strategize and figure the shit out. Again, Arknights, this is what makes Arknights so much more fun to play, is that there is so much agency on your end to win in Arknights. Where do you position your operators? Which way are they facing? When do you use your skills? What order do you deploy your operators? That is one of the reasons why I like playing Arknights so much. Despite being a gacha, because gacha tends to kill so much of the game because the game has to base around itself around the gacha a lot of the times. But despite that, Arknights is still really solid. I'd actually strategized for Railway this year in Limbus because the second level was so VS. There is some strategy to Limbus Company, but it's not that much. It's like your main options are your 2 skills. Do you use your defensive skill or do you use EGO? And then you can redirect. Just there's so much more options that you get to choose in how you win or lose in Arknights. And then, despite all that agency that you have in Limbus Company, of what you can do, you are still bound by the RNG gods with your goddamn coin flips. Fucking A, these coin flips, man. Your skills are just like those of elite operators. Thanks, Amaya. I appreciate it. What's an elite operator? Thanks, I guess. Cool. Thank you, Amaya. I appreciate the confidence. Did you hear that, guy? She's saying we're just like Mantra and Sharp and Radiant. Fun fact, in the mode where you can't choose where to attack who in Limbus, if a target dies and one more move is on them, it'll continue on the next one, but with the one where you choose that doesn't. Yep. It's there's so much janky shit around Limbus Company. There really is. Like when it comes to mechanics, it's just so weird.
아무것도 남지 마라.
When it comes to focus mode, your skill will fizzle out if the enemy dies. When it's not in focus mode, it'll just pass on to the next person. It's so weird. It should like positive. Stay positive. Happy thoughts. I'm gonna fucking distort if this keeps up. That's right. I gotta make the roguelike library Runa video. That's gonna be one backhanded fucking video. The title's literally gonna be Limbus Company Mirror Dungeon, but actually good. That's literally what my title's gonna be. Oh right, we hold on to our sources, our sin affinities. Limbus story, amazing gameplay, burn in hell. Yep. Limbus story is basically what we were doing in Lobotomy Corporation Library of Runa, which is A+. That's like 10 out of 10 pretty much. And then they just killed. They took the gameplay of Lobotomy of Library of Runa, took it out back into the shed. And I already know why they changed so much of the gameplay for Library of Runa. It's because it's a gacha. It's a fucking gacha. Wow, I have not seen a patchy edit in so long. Holy, that's crazy. What's up, Nedja Michael? How you been? I feel like... What is his face again? I feel like Timmy's dad almost, on the episode where he makes everybody smile, you know? Where like Timmy went to go be a dick to his dad in the past when his dad was a kid. So when he comes back to the future, his dad becomes a dictator and forces everybody to smile. That's how I feel right now. Library of Runa combat, but it's made for babies. Fucking it, dude. Oh my gosh, I want to rail on fucking Limbus Company so bad. Madness.
탈출 개체 확인.
Was there somebody? I'm pretty sure somebody did do a run of just hitting the auto button in Library of Runa, right? Mind you, the auto button in Library of Runa is so awful. It's literally random. There's no brain power in the auto button in Library of Runa. Dude, I love the game, but it deserves the gameplay I hate. That is going to that tangent that I'm going to go on is going to be in the video Limbus Company Mirror Dungeon, but good, which is basically going to be a video of me playing through the roguelike mod of Library of Runa, which I have done. I already did do a video of that, but I'm down to do it again because that video I made of the Library of Roguelike run was actually before Limbus Company came out.
탈출 개체 확인.
Hey, it's all good. Limbus Company's good. Limbus Company's good. Limbus Company's good. Limbus Company's good. I've seen a guy do lore, but only one librarian. Like. One librarian doesn't seem to be too hard. But do you mean like literally only one? Where you're only allowed like basically Roland the entire run or something? Because then that's impossible. I'm assuming you mean by like one librarian per floor. And you have to do every single fight with just the singular. Actually, no, that actually does seem hard as hell. Now I think about it, yeah. Yeah, it actually does seem kind of wild. I remember some people trying. I remember seeing some people attempting to beat Library of Ruina with 0 key pages, which doesn't sound too awful. It's basically if you lose a clash, you're basically screwed. That's essentially what that is. The time it takes is stupid. Yeah, see, that's the reason why I wouldn't want to do one of those challenges. That sounds like an awful challenge to do because it's so RNG reliant. RNG reliant challenges are usually not very fun, I would say. I like challenges where it actually takes skill to do. And it's not just like, I have to keep doing this fight over. There's the fucking guy who does solo runs with like default IDs in Limbus company. There's that guy. How many hours did he spend to beat Earl King Heathcliff with default Heathcliff? How many hours did it take him? Because I remember seeing him pop up every once in a while. The guy who did the challenges, Coops Bomb 4, he's still doing which one? The Library of Ruina one? Good luck. Good luck, my guy. I wish him all the best, I guess. Yeah, again, this is the reason why I want something new in the Project Moon universe. I want a new game in the Project Moon universe. Something that's not RNG reliant, something that gives you more hands-on, like a game where the optimal way to play it is with a controller. That's what I want. That pretty much implies like a platformer, a 3D action game, something like that. Lobco remaster jumpscare. I'll take that too. Fuck it. I'll take that also. Fighting game. Happy thoughts. Happy thoughts. Happy thoughts. Just get through the fight. Just get through the fight. Just get through the fight. Get through the beer. Get through the dungeon. Get through the dungeon. Live service is the future. Live service is the future for free-to-play games. I will admit that. I talked about it in my Girls Frontlines 2 video. Not many people watch that. I don't blame you. The Girls Frontlines 2 video, I talked about what free-to-play games were back in the day before they were gachas and such in live service games. Would you even take an arena fight? Yes, I would 100% take an arena fighter. It would be a little risky because I don't exactly trust the coding of Project Moon. Fuck, we're in a mirror dungeon and somebody just died. I just realized. Is that Rodion that died? It was Rodion that died. Crazy. The sinner's down. What do we do? He'll be fine. He'll get back up in a few seconds. Go hit the Roomba. Enemies are rolling high. They kind of are, yeah. The Nether Sea brand is creeping in right now. Holy crap, he's about to stagger. Oh, he's at 29. You only use one character per fight. It doesn't matter if Negative or Librarian, only one can be equipped. That's a lot of RNG involved. I don't exactly know how hard that's gonna be. Because throughout Library of Ruina's run, they updated how some dice worked, or how some die worked. Most notably the Clash. Most notably the no, not that one. The yellow. What was it called again? The yellow counter. The counter die. Yeah, the counter die changed at some point. What happened to the pizza abnormality from the storage room? I'm assuming everybody's still munching on that, right? We haven't really had to worry about any food for our storage team, surely, ever since the pizza happened, but I'm pretty sure people are probably getting sick and tired of pizza. Imagine eating pizza every single day of your life. Imagine how much cardio you would have to get through in order to get through all that eating. Like, all those calories you're getting from all the pizza. You get soft locked at crying children, but he asked if he should make it so a single librarian could beat them so he can move on with the challenge. How did the crying children fight work? Did they lock your dice? I think, is that what it is? Doesn't like one of the crying children lock your dice, I believe?
당신의 판단을 따를게요.
As you brought back, we are winning. That's the beauty of win rate, boys. You would become a turtle and live in a sewer if you did. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Heroes in a half shell. Turtle power. Oh shit, it's the final boss. Yo, they're using the symbol for the bosses in the roguelike. That's so sick. Yo! In the ocean wind blowing between white buildings, someone stands with a lamplight and looks around, the bloom illuminating the pile of sea monster corpses. Given the clear similarities between his and Irene's outfits, he must be an Inquisitor too. Is this the dude that got? What are the civilians doing out here on the front lines? An Inquisitor is leading our evacuation. Yeah, that'll convince him.
It was fine to start, but I'm so sick and tired of pizza. I'll take almost anything other than pizza for a day.
Would you eat a bongi? Aha, the Inquisitor must have been leading you out of here. You seem quite new, Inquisitor. Do keep up the good work. Ah, but before you go, would you please take this lamp to the Inquisition? Please tell them that there was an Inquisitor who walked through the mist, its trials, and eventually made his country his fate. The lamp is bright and warm. This must be what the Inquisitors of Iberia are fighting the ocean to keep lit. You take the small but weighty lamp and continue. Cool. We got a freaking lamp. We got a lamp! Text will apply only to the identity with the earliest deployment order. Every turn, the first attack skill to be used gains final power plus 3. If this unit has nervous impairment stacks, consumes up to 4 stacks of it, but gains burn. Andrew, could we be promoted to information team assistant? Me like Yasad because purple. You had to come over here. You had to come to Twitch. Convert to Twitch. Convert to Twitch of the Deep. At the center of what appears to be an arc symbolizing the city, at the center of that brilliant golden light must be mayors. Let's take a quick break here. Are you right, Doctor? I just need to take a quick breather. You should probably work on your cardio or Miss Amaya might have to piggyback you around. Yeah, well, once we get back, I'll start working out like Kaltz suggested.
Executive Manager, if it ever comes to it, you may trust me with piggybacking.
I'm good. Perhaps being in close proximity to Mayor's vision of Utopia in the center of the light did something. Seaborns near us only gave us a passing glance without attacking us. Something about the way they looked at us felt like they were concerned about us. The Senders couldn't help but look away with a funny feeling. Feels sorrow, regret. Maybe these feelings are denials for all those times she's been agonizing over this. Can we really bring back Miss Mayers? We'll help her return. That's what we're here to do after all. Alright, let's rest up for a bit before moving on. Revival, dead centers, heal any survivors, max HP. Let's go! Okay, the Mayor's Fathoms. Oh boy. Wait, what? Oh. Wait, what? No. Let's see. Boom, 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 boom. There we go. We're so back. Wait, shit.
발목 잡지
There we go.
않도록 최선을 다할게요.
Hello. Mayor's despair, the repulsiveness of people's ill intent, and the fate, all kinds of emotions and memories rise to the surface of the Maya's fathoms and sink again. Those same thoughts seep into me as well, unfiltered. The sins that people have committed won't just go away. Humanity's ill intent will propagate unimpeded too, but the tides that Miss Mayers is trying to summon to douse it will devour humanity, the civilization, and the city that came from. So I don't think that's the right way to go, not as long as Dante and the people of Limbus Company refuse. Imagine if we just, you know what, fine then, let's just have her come to the city, why not? This isn't like the time I retrieved the ego. In place of the light, a speck of darkness casts a shadow. Reach out into the darkness, strange power courses through me. All sinners gain emotional connection for the duration of this encounter. Are you Manager Zay because you hate Limbus, or do you hate Limbus because you are Manager Zay? I started with Lobotomy Corporation. I started with Google Translate Lobotomy Corporation. So yeah, I've been with Lobotomy Corporation for a minute. That is a 12-12. The skill does not deal damage against targets. Gain 100% abyssal vitality. Consumed when using certain skills. Every time this effect is consumed, heal HP on self by the amount consumed. Huh. The impatient ego's byway. Bina with her bucket, the drawer. Yo, it's a Maya! The buff is a Maya. That's great. Music for this is good. Mate, it's this actually feels like a really solid mix of Limbus Company and Arknight's music. It really does. You take the Zay from manager, but can't take the manager from Zay. I want to become I feel like it'd be interesting to be a manager, just in general, you know? But imagine being a manager for like a fast food. God, that'd be awful. Hypergriff is a music company with the disguise of a gaming dev company. Yup, it's great. We love it. Yeah, stab yourself. Yeah. Oh shit. Suddenly, Seedborn. Students using certain skills every time this effect is consumed, heal HP on the self. Okay. Let's see.
Abyss is swallowed by the sea.
The bone battle. Let's just try to speedrun this a little bit, yeah? So just to see what happens if we drop ourselves a good old anchor on them. And they're managing his top tier too. Like seriously, it's like Arknights is the one gacha game that I'm actually like sticking around with. All the gacha games that I touched, I never had a single doubt in my brain to just continue playing it. Girls Frontlines 2 was very close, but they just fell flat. The gameplay just fell flat. It just fell short of being something great. This is Arknights? No, I think this is Limbus Company's music. It feels like a mix of both Limbus and Arknights though. It feels like a really good mix of the two. Don't worry, Girls Frontlines 2 got more movie hungry, so it's fine. Really? It's Scotty alt boss theme. Oh, is it really? Wait, is this actually? Hold on, Undertide's boss theme. Hold on. What does Undertide's boss theme sound like? No, definitely sounds more depressing and disturbing. This song here. Oh, it's this! Wait, is it actually this? Yeah, it sounds like this. This is what I was thinking of, yeah. I couldn't find this song though. Wait, is it actually this song? It sounds very close to it, if anything. Is a collab like actually a collaboration between the companies, or is this all Project Moon? Collaboration basically is we sign a contract that allows you to use our characters in your game and vice versa. That's usually what it is. It's a remix? That's sick. Yeah, the Seaborn music is really nice. It's so cool. Manager Zay Jaybird is visiting storage room. The second he starts pulling up his scale, you need to kill him. You need to kick his ass and call him. That's the overwhelming might of the ocean. The Seaborn also love doing the singing thing too. They love to see. If I actually am able to beat this boss by just win rating, it's gonna be mental. Oh! That's actually kind of like a Bina. That's actually like the shockwave that Bina does. That move. Oh god, it's all hopeless. It's utterly meaningless. Dear god, what the hell? What the heck? Oh yeah, you want to deal with the ocean? Have some soda. The Roomba? We're gonna win rate.
지금까지 버티는 거자고. 그게 또 잠들게.
I want to see how win rate does.
정의 이름으로.
Arcana beats. Hello, I found you in my recommendations. Welcome.
아무것도 난
We are about to finish the Limbus company collab. I wonder what I should do afterwards though. The hell is YouTube even recommending now? Wait, are you not a Project Moon person? I thought you were being recommended because you're like watching Project Moon videos. Are you actually just a random jabroni on YouTube who just stumbled across Project Moon? That's amazing if that's the case. Energy Faust is gonna make fun of you for making dumb decisions. Yeah, I'll just disconnect her from the Faust cord then. Screw her. That would be great. I like imagine as a funny prank, Dante asks Yasang to make like a device that just lets you turn off the Faust cord or not, the Faust cord connection. And anytime Faust starts giving you lip, you just like pull out the device. Hopeless. I hardly knew her. What are we at in Liberation? 20? God, this freaking art is so nice. Ocean stuff is always really cool looking. I love the ocean thing in what was it? Calamity? Okay, it looks like we actually are gonna have to hit the Roomba, unfortunately. And it looks like we are gonna have to control what we do here because Jesus Christ. Ooh, ta-da-da, ooh, ta-da-da, yeah, my goodness. Then Faust starts to ask Chat, is this real? That would be really funny. Imagine there is like a zoomer Faust in the Faust cord, and anytime she needs help, she asks the Faust cord chat, is this real? That would be great. Imagine they actually just ban her from the Faust cord because she keeps saying that shit. Cut her off, guys. I can't deal with this anymore. Really is an overlap between the ocean and space. Yeah, it's really cool. End court Faust, no. She's not, no, she is not Zoomer. She would not do Zoomer lingo. She would do, what the internet loves, or what the news loves calling, or Reddit loves calling, the deep dark web. She would be using that lingo. She would be saying like keck and stuff. What the, oh, the 10 protection. Oh, the 10 protection. Fuck off with that. What the hell is this? Why are you hitting these like tails with the 20 sanity? What are you doing? Kecking Faust. Yeah, she would say top keck and such probably. Is Faust for real with disinfo? Oh, what the hell is this? Do we win this? Like, how does this work exactly? It says unopposed, so it can't clash. Got it. Oh, the frames, help! I think there's just too many lines going everywhere that the game cannot, like, comprehend. The game is like, there's just way too many lines flying everywhere. Help. Stop it!
오작 터뜨려주지.
Better to say, what is the worst death? Red eyes or sweepers? Red eyes, like Spider-Bud? Or like Virgil? What are we talking about here? When you say red eyes, I think of either Spider-Bud or Virgil. What is this game about? What the hell am I saying? Oh boy, he actually is not a Project Moon person. That's crazy. Oh boy, how do you explain? Check out Lobotomy Corporation. Go onto Steam. Check out the trailer for Lobotomy Corporation. Check also the trailer for Limbus Company. Don't really know how else to, man, it's so hard to describe this game, man. Escape now? Come on. It is not that bad. Would definitely recommend checking out Lobotomy Corporation though. Lobotomy Corporation. The best game of the franchise. Did he really get all tails? Are you serious, dude? Like, I was like hyping you up so much, Gregor, earlier, and now you just job like that? Seriously? What the fuck? Oh gosh, we have like 3 people staggered. The nervous impairment! No! Freaking nervous impairment, man. Oh, it says struggling. Oh, my favorite. Oh, yeah. Oh, this is not good. Oh, we're struggling. We appear to be in danger. Echoes of respite. So this actually prioritize allies among them, prioritize allies with the least current HP. Oh, so these are heals. Yeah, this might be a problem actually. A lot of people are staggered right now, and we're probably gonna get some more staggers going on. It's starting to look like an Arctic stage with all the freaking Nethersea creep. I would say I feel like sweepers would at least kill you pretty quickly, but Spider-Bud would you'd probably be stuck in the cocoon for a little bit, like not knowing what else going on. I was just watching how a landmine works, and now I'm here. Great. What an awesome way to get here. Uh-oh. Was that bad? You've aged a lot since the last time we met, Fabi. Is this a characteristic of your subrace? You haven't aged a day. So, what brings you to the Church of the Deep? Seaborns are indispensable in our preparation for the impending doom. Nothing else could ensure the survival of humanity. Thus, it would only be right for me to join hands with those who are able and willing to become Seaborns to search for a way to prolong our existences. We're looking to use the knowledge of the wise and the talented as nourishment for Seaborns. But that won't do anything more than prolong our existences. But a survival alone not enough. I thought a bishop of the church would share a majority of that belief with me. Fabi, you and I both have put our faith in the Seaborns, but the word faith might mean something different for you than it does me. Seaborns shouldn't be our object of worship. We have to stand on equal ground as them and set our eyes on their natures. Please step aside. Desperation, sadness, sympathy. She actually thinks she can convince the Seaborn. Crazy. Bayer's emotions gush upwards, carried by bubbles. Terra, a land in which the hatred for the different has entrenched itself. The city, a place in which people, crushed by the trials of life, have surrendered to its absurdities. They both need the Seaborns, perfected beneath the light. That is but your wish, Miss Mayers. Faust does not believe them to be necessary elements for the city. Even in the city, there are people who are searching for reasons to live on, dreaming of a better world. We all know that it can't possibly be easy to change, but there has to be some kind of worth and value in the process alone in the lives we lead within the city. What worth could there be to a life of the unkind? The kind of life humanity is doomed to exist in, where all we ever do is hurt and hate one another? Listen, efficient order, natural altruism, they're both virtues humanity should never lose sight of. But there's no such thing as absolutes when it comes to the value of life. Survival is the right of all civilization, which means that it should never be up to the others to define the worth of life to argue for it. But what if there's no other way? Can you even understand what I'm saying? Sometime had passed since I made Faro Muerto my home. Unlike my prediction, the Seaborn's evolution seemed to have lost its explosive progress, and Fabius seemed to be content just observing their slow development. Maybe it's because they're directionless, without a specific wish. Even still, Seaborns were the key to changing terror of the land. To stand against the incoming calamity, we needed their survivability and adaptability. And the humanity that has turned exhaustion into ill intent needed the Seaborn's blind, selfless altruism toward their own. So while I never stopped my studies, something small but sharp continued to stab on my frustrated heart. Stultified and unable to be resolved. If we were to lose even our sense of selves and creed, assimilated into this stagnated great will, for the sake of survival, civilization had to be no more. For the sake of us, I had to be no more. The realization of that paradox made the first crack in my confidence that Seaborns were the answer to the problem Iberia, the land, and humanity faced, and through the cracks, seeds of doubt were sown. What calamity are they talking about anyways? Are the Leviathans telling people who are connected to the Seaborn about the calamity? But it had already come too far to find a path more beautiful than the Seaborns. A hive mind with individualism? That's pretty much the Sancta, actually. Like, honestly? The Sancta are kind of connected to each other. They can feel each other's emotions. But they still have their own individual selves. Seaborn are aware of the space calamity. Yeah, because the Leviathans know about it. No more wasted time with these stupid ruminations. There has to be a way, some kind of condition Seaborns need to fulfill to retain their sense of selves, to retain their individual hopes and wishes. I stood adrift atop the inundation of years I dedicated to this purpose, holding on to this precious hope, and steeled my shaking heart. That was the easy part. Better just say Mountain is running in place. Are we fine? He's having a good time. He's on a little treadmill. Don't worry. You might not be able to see the treadmill, but he's on a treadmill. There are no better solutions. Don't look away from the answer that lies right in front of me. All I need to do is to find a way for Seaborns to hope and wish, to have them each carry a sense of self. I just had to repeat that to myself like a mantra again and again. But my drifting days came to an end when I found a new path, illuminated by the strange light from across the sea. On that day, yes, the day when the faint blue light shone, a whisper visited me. Who's there? Whose voices? What? The answer, sought through the eons by people I didn't recognize, played over and over in my ears. The voice that spoke, it was muffled but warm and beautiful. The light of the city. The hearts that were lost, the emotions that were forgotten, the sense of self that... No, that's enough of that, but I'd like to hear more about the light that has sprouted from the 10 virtues. And the image those words drew in my mind was clearer and more beautiful than ever. The what? The light that has sprouted from the 10 virtues. Oh! Yeah, the messages after you beat a core suppression. I'm assuming that's what they mean by the 10 virtues. Terra, the city, they both failed to find a way out of this bridle. If they're going to be satisfied with living on as they are, then you can't change what you see by standing still. If you want to bring about a better world, then even if you may be lost in the ideals, you have to keep walking. Are they 10? 4 up top, 3 in the middle, 3 at the bottom. Yeah, there's 10. If you count Da'at, yeah, there is, or Keter. Survival worth of life, as I've never been too certain about either of those complicated ideas. I had no unflinching creed with which to convince her. That's not to say that the city has no need of the altruistic nature Mayor wants to bring there. Is it possible to undistort yourself like all by yourself? That's actually kind of a tough call. I feel like there has to be an external factor to undistort yourself. Like if you see something pass by, maybe that could possibly undistort you. If you see something happen, you hear something happen. It's not to say that I have a better answer than the combination of Seaborns and the light. Even still, the emotions, the regrets, the conversations I found I collected over this journey alongside the sinners became my answer, and I take on. Honestly, I don't really know the city all that well either. My memory only goes back a year, and for what is practically my entire existence, I've been surrounded by the sinners in our adventure. Still, we want to keep trying. You're right, the city is an absurd, vicious place. Something new and horrible surprises me every other day, but... Mayors, that light you spoke of, I don't think that's what protects the ego, the sense of self. To protect it, you have to first look unflinchingly both ways, the path that lies ahead and the one that you block, then you confront them both. They can't be right, the light, it has to. You're just working based on what you heard about the city and the light, ain't that right? How can you be so confident that the light will be able to protect the Seaborn sense of selves? Isn't that just what you want to believe? I think it's a distinct possibility. Even if the light can do what you hope it does, Mayor, it won't change anything. Turning our natures kind by transforming us into Seaborns, a convenient method like that isn't our path. Because a sense of self protected like that, the kind nature attained like that, wouldn't be our own, it'd be yours, Mayor. Protecting your own sense of self while being compassionate and kind, it's a path of unbearable suffering. We might fail some days, despite our best efforts. Some days we'll be forced to confront the sins of our past and suffer. Verily, not one of us we are now may seem the culmination of the path. Yet, I can hardly find it within myself to simply leave it all in thy hands without so much as trying. You're saying that the Seaborns can't be the answer I've always sought. It doesn't make much sense if you think about it, Mayors. Those sea monsters don't even know what self means. That's why they show no hesitation before sacrifice. If you were to introduce a sense of self to those sea monsters, that selflessness you want will be no more. She's a Seaborn shaped distortion who is not a Seaborn, and endlessly anguished contemplating distortion. If Mayors wish to achieve an altruistic world, then her desire has to be that she doesn't want her efforts to become meaningless. Seaborns may be the perfect answer for some people. A recent example, Fabius. It seems clear to me that was precisely his wish. Whoops. But that doesn't seem to align with yours. Find a new answer, Miss Mayors. You're telling me I have to go back to wandering for so much time again in search of that new answer? You won't be alone in that path. Walk it together, relying on one another, and it won't feel as long. Trying to carry such a heavy burden all by yourself, Miss Mayors, it's such a prideful thing to do. Heh, pride. I can feel that something is definitely wrong. Ah, we're fine. We just gotta we gotta slap her a little bit. Just giving her therapy. I mean, that's basically what we do when distortions happen. You just give them therapy. I actually have to clash with every single one of these. God damn it. Oh my god, that's a lot of shield she has. Indelible. Fuck it.
대가리 딱 떼고
Burn Peso heat to massive boss shields. Oh my gosh, she barely wins. Holy. How many people are getting staggered right now? Oh my god.
이봐, 어떨 자신 있어? 괜찮아. 상처는 찢었으니까.
기록에 따라 당신을 반드시 집행하겠습니다.
I wonder if that barrier did Karma recently put that there because of that incident of Marisol punched someone cold. They said that the obelisk, if you make an artificial distortion happen, then there is no barrier. Everest impairment is going to be a real issue here. We seem to be in trouble. I see a lot of staggers. Tides carry away the windows to Mayor's Pass, soon devouring them beyond vision. It's almost as a majority of distortions countered by the bus team have assumed to have formed generally recognized as an organic entity. However, there's nothing preventing a distortion's form from breaking that boundary and taking a different shape, as it may vary by the individual's desires. If a distortion is allowed to exacerbate undeterred, it may eventually corrode this very space in which we stand. As we were taking some time to catch our breaths, a few small machines tumbled to the ground, shot from one of the trembling fathoms. It must be one of those mysterious machines in Mayor's home we saw when we peered into her memories. The machines continued to whir loudly as though the waves broke them. We saw that there were various apparatus attached to the sockets to their sides. Expensive they appear, yet how numerous they are. Well, you know, maybe she's similar to one of those fixer fellows who are always hell-bent on picking up every new cutting-edge workshop tech. Huh, it says little handy down here. Oh, it's the Roomba! This is an oddly similar structure to the Hand of the Saint that Inquisitor brought. Then shalt this fantastically wonderful machine be of assistance in our battles? Rodeo Island already seems to have their hands full holding the line against the tide of sea terrors. We should probably take just one and leave the rest to help them out. After quick discussion with the sinners, we decided to take just one of the machines. Gain max HP and HP healing boost, enhances the effects of the Hand of the Saint, gain safeguarding effects against sinners, gain an effect that counteracts the Dead Sea brand's influence on the sinners, gain temporary power boost. We're actually customizing a handy just like in Stultiferous Novice. Gain an effect that counteracts the Dead Sea brand's influence on sinners. This feels like the best one, honestly. It's either this one or this one. Mini decontamination kit detected, counteracting Dead Sea brand toxicity. I don't really understand how it works, but that sure sounds helpful. Cool. Customizing the Claymore Roomba, like, oh! We love our little Roomba! We love him, he's great. Dominating! Oh, we're actually dominating all these, actually. Seems as though we actually are okay. Compared to it looked like we were kind of in trouble, but we're actually not in trouble, it seems. Crazy enough. Although I'm not too sure if we're gonna get through all this health, the shield that she has, unless I have to Roomba her. I don't know. Seems weird because there is a lot of there's one move for every sinner, so. Though this sea brand no longer inflicts nervous impairment or deals damage to allies. Let's go! Stop getting tells, you jabroni! He keeps getting tells on the first coin flip. If only there was a way to remove all the nervous impairment we have on us already. She's hitting every single one of these moves apparently hits us by 4, it seems. Wait, does Meowner give them -1 coin power? Oh, got you. Save us, Ayafayaya. Yeah, why couldn't that be one of the EGOs? Is Ayafayaya with her sheep? It's foul skill too. Whoa, you're saying where you going? He's schmoovin'. Okay, if nothing happens after this, I think what I have to do is I have to Roomba. Probably have to Roomba with the fastest person first and then go in, I'm guessing. Oh my god, 2 people are staggered. God damn it. Prioritize targets with the most nervous impairment. Boost power +1 for every 3 nervous impairments on the main target. Can clash with the skill regardless of speed. Clash to lose. Gain 3 power down, 3 paralyzed. Deal 80% damage and damage dealt by the skill. Cannot stagger. Fucking hold still. I'm trying to read. Nervous impairment inflicted by the skill does not inflict sinking or sinking count. Has the amount of beast fatality after attack. Oh my fucking god. Gain 100 abyssal vitality, gain shield 20% equals 20% of the student's max HP. Turn at the start of the next turn, generating the sea brand into the ally territory. Joe gets some energy. I got all the Baconsets. So who has the least amount of Nethersea brand here? think it's the 15. Yeah, it's 15 it seems, so beat it? It's neutral, awesome. Let's have Leggy Man beat it then. Oh, Gregor. So I guess after this phase right here, I need to... Oh, Faust is not staggered, cool. I mean, let us zoom out the text. It's just, yeah. Library everywhere to let you read the passive so much easier. That's all I'm saying.
자, 버텨보라고. 난 죽을 만큼 튀겨질 테니까.
Here's what happened to me. Got her staggered before turn in. My units got staggered. Couldn't capitalize. Despair. She returned her shield, massive shield. The suck? Oh. This is doing a lot of damage despite losing the clash. I do not enjoy. Still has. Okay, so we are going to smack it a Roomba. We have one stagger. Awesome. I love seeing stagger. I wonder if you could solo her? Definitely have to go look at somebody else to do that. I am not willing to spend the time to try doing some bullshit like that. I am good. No thank you. Go, little Roomba, go! Okay, so Roomba did not clear out the shield. Got it. Oh, she's doing slave version. She's gonna drop. It feels and looks like an Aleph to me, so I expect our Aleph Admiros to be much more visually striking. I mean, the way I see it, they went all out on this collab, it feels like. They really did put a lot of work on this collab. I think that's the reason why it looks so nice. Oh my god, that's a lot of damage! Oh my gosh, he's actually out to kill Gregor here, dude. Poor Gregor. Gregory. I'll try to lock her myself. Ooh, oomstative. Queen? Queen of Dodge-ish. Queen of Dodge-ish, who's that? Oh, there's only 6 moves here, cool. So we can actually attack all these. Come on, England, get some fucking damage in! Molar-ish with the 10 based on, okay, I see what you mean now. It's, Molar Ishmael still seems like a pretty solid ID, right? Isn't it her best sinking ID right now? Because sinking is a really, like, Rupture and sinking are like the two, like, those are the 2 debuffs you should really just, like, work on. It's, I really hope they do something with Poise. I really love the Blade Lineage gang, but Poise doesn't really help much. Damage? She's getting heads. What are you doing? What the fuck are you doing? How did you get heads? Boy's got Nebulizer but still needs help. Well, it's just that they don't really increase the damage they do. That's the problem with That's the issue with them. Their damage doesn't really get increased by their status effect that they apply. Well, not at the same level that the other ones do. Because isn't like crit damage only like 25% more damage? It's so weak. It's so weak because they were too scared to make it stronger. What do you mean we're done? It's gonna hit? Shut up. Wow, that's a pretty, actually, it's a pretty weak idea actually. What the hell? Or ego. Huh. Really, where some of the side effects are balanced differently in a campaign or air dungeon because rupture value feels too small for a campaign. I mean, rupture is pretty insane right now if I remember correctly. For every status is a busted ID. Well, yeah, now at this point, like every status does have its like busted IDs now. I think Poise is the only one that's still lacking, though. Like the last ones that basically got their status effects that made them really. Ooh, she's dead. I don't know how. Like, once again, I didn't have to read. Let's go. Like, I don't know how we won, but yeah, she's dead now. Let's go! Yeah, this is what we call vibe clashing, where you just kind of just like feel it out and you just win.
Mission accomplished.
Mission accomplished. It's that easy. It's true that people scrutinize others for differences, to find something they can hate, but it's also true that it's often those very differences that people look up to. And admiration usually goes hand in hand with overestimation. Yes, Miss Mayers admired these two unknowns, Seaborns and the Light. She thought they would be the solution to everything. Mayers, do you still want to go to the city? No. I'll remain here in Terra. I'll broaden my studies and I'll talk more, to find a new path towards realizing my wish. As for what will happen now, Miss Mayers, we're going to need to have a long talk with the Inquisition, but we'll help too. We'll help you in your search for that path if we can. The great arc built from the city crumbles. Light fades and gives way to the shadows. We find ourselves back aboard the vessel Massas. Battle complete. Vessel Massas. It's slowing down. How's Miss Mayers? Here, unconscious. The mental strain seems to have taken its toll. It all happened inside the Dungeon of the Fathoms, but it can't have been too easy on her mind to send so many waves after us. What happened to Miss Mayers now? First, we'll wait for the Inquisition's ruling, then bring her to Rhodes Island. Her efforts were misguided, but she also had Terra's best interests at heart. Together, I'm sure we could discuss a better way forward. Bro, we're hiring her! The fucking doctor once again is hiring somebody! He's hiring war criminals, dude! This is what he fucking does! He loves hiring war criminals! Oh my god, dude. Fucking can't with this man. Oh wait, hold on, I found I forgot I had this image. I was gonna find all of the war criminals. Yeah, there's this one, yep. Here's a war criminal. Well, not really a war criminal, but yeah, she basically terrorized an entire city. She's basically a terrorist. There's our terrorist Lapland. This person tried to kill Doctor by snapping his neck with her tail. Let's see, who else? Who else here? Who else do we have? Frost Nova? We didn't hire Frost Nova. Frost Nova got. Who else? Where is, oh yes, her, Necras, yup, Necras, burning cities down, yup. Who else do we have here? Where's the damn roach? There she is. Yup, person who tried to kill Doctor, I think about 2 times. Yup. Blew up an entire city. Arturia, yeah, Arturia told people to kill themselves and actually like kind of made it work, crazy enough. There's Arturia. Crazy. Doctor really does just see like, I see their potential. But Doctor, they killed an entire town. I see their potential. You know Tallulah's coming event. There's no way we're getting Tallulah. Do I not have an image of Virtua? Oh, I have a Virtua. There we go. There she is. There's Virtuosa. There's our little person who tells people to kill themselves. It's great. It's crazy. God damn it, Doctor. Her efforts with Skydabel's, what if she sentenced death? Then we will need to offer a different proposal. We can consider it when we get to it, Doctor. It's finally over. All we have to left do is go back. As we were preparing to leave with our hearts much lighter than they were earlier. Hold on, everyone. Something's rapidly approaching us. A low-throwing roar vibrates the air as a strange shadow looms over the ship. Oh, is it a Sharmila? Where'd this shade come from? Wait, is that... Almost as if driven by instinct, Ishmael takes the radio from Gregor and runs to the control room. Something must have clicked in Alex's head as she also turned and ran after Ishmael. Those two are running into the bridge. Brace, grab onto something! Oh, bollocks! Fucking it up right before the finish line. Doctor, Dante has advised that we grab onto something. I see, they're preparing to turn the ship around. Everyone, brace for impact, stay alert, something's coming. The ship leaned heavily as it hurriedly turned portside, and I caught a glimpse of a massive shadow gliding just beneath the water surface right where the ship was a second ago. It's a Sharmila! It's a seaborn about the size of No, slightly larger than the vessel masses. Masas. Amaya's communicator buzzes with Ishmael's voice. The currents are going wild. Wait, no, something's causing these currents to go wild.
We'll try our best to maintain evasive maneuvers for as long as possible, but we can't do this forever. If the situation does not improve, you may have to take the vessel Masas to cross the dimensional door. Does Rose Island have a way out of this quandary?
Not at this moment, but we have to come up with one now and fast. Oh, but we have to come up with one now and fast. Dante, does anything come to mind? We should first figure out why the Seaborn's coming after us. Copy that. I'll focus on steering the ship, so keep us updated. With that, the ship immediately begins a sharp turn, narrowly dodging this ponderous body of the Seaborn as it swims by. We can't just take the whole ship across the dimensional door. We're not the only ones on it. But the sea is too wild to simply turn around to let the others leave. It's almost like it's obsessed with the ship. Just why could it possibly be coming after the ship all of a sudden? Could it be that Fabius's order? It's coming after me. Oh, it is a Sharmila. Scotty, you? Yes, I'm their enemy, an abyssal hunter. As though to prove it, the giant beast began to charge against the bow of the ship. The move and Scotty repositioned herself there. Just what are the abyssal hunters? Why are they so gung-ho about trying to kill you? Abyssal hunters are those who hunt sea terrors and seaborns. Of course, this isn't based on any emotion, such as vengeance or resentment. It's Scotty's. Well, that's not important right now. What matters is that they're slowly targeting Scotty. Operators of Rhodes Islands are heavily fatigued at this moment from their long defense against the waves in the Dungeons of the Fathoms. The same could be said of us and of Miss Amaya, who battled Mayors in the meantime. Focus of Sharmila. There is these funny things called Leviathans, who are the main leaders of the Seaborn. And I think there's 4 of them, I believe. Each of them represent the main goals or the motivations of the Seaborns. Like one of the Leviathans represents consume, one of them represents survival. I forget what the other 2 are. Sharmila is one of those Leviathans. Wait, hold on. If this is a Sharmila, then this is before Scotty. This is before Scotty beats the Sharmila. Is this gonna be like the moment where she beats a Sharmila? Because Scotty beats a Sharmila and actually takes over, or she takes in a Sharmila. It's just a really big Seaborn on a Sharmila. Oh, it's not a Sharmila? Okay. Because I was about to say, like, a lot of her strength does come from her Sharmila. To engage that Seaborn in this particular circumstances. Oh! Something shakes the vessel Masas once again. What's this now? This mole? There are indeed multiple entities surrounding our ship, however. A violent destructive sound crashes through the waves towards vessel Masas. Past the southern wall of mist there was, we're lucky. Or was this simply how it was supposed to go? A Sharmala! It is a Sharmala! Sir Knight! 2 Seaborns. It's going to be fine, Miss Inquisitor. If he's the same knight we fought earlier, I doubt he'll be able to stop himself from charging at that giant of a sea monster. Like Honglu said, the knight charged straight at the giant rough wave at the great Seaborn as though he had hardly noticed our presence. Maybe it's maybe he just thinks it's a Sharmala. If we could help the knight repel that Seaborn, we just might have a shot at sending Limbus Company back through the dimensional door and escaping aboard the vessel Masas ourselves. Can everyone still move? I'm almost at my limit, but I can still move. I've got a plan, and I'd like for everyone to trust me on this. Things weren't so bad outside after you'd entered the portal. Now's the time for the hunter to get to work. The bright ray of light from Irene's lamp shines upon those atop the deck, while Scotty leaps tall into the air using the ship's bow as her launching pad. The operators each scattered to their appropriate positions as commanded by the doctor. Ishmael and Altus both exited to the decks as well, presumably having found someone to steer the ship. I wonder why he would mention a Sharmala. It's not like Scotty is here or something. Can he sense a Sharmala inside Scotty? Wait, hold on. Yeah, so Don Quixote is a Seaborn because like he's been fighting the Seaborn for so long. He's eventually gotten consumed by the Seaborn, but he's still control of his mind, right? So it lets him fight the Seaborn still. Sir Knight thinks Scotty is a Sharmala? I think so. Because like if this is after she consumed a Sharmala, then yeah. Would you rather Seaborns distort or gain ego? I would say probably better for them to distort. I think ego is definitely way stronger than distortions. Ishmael and Altus both exited to the decks as well, presumably having found someone to steer the ship. Is it okay to have you two out here?
This called Sid seemed to know enough about seafaring to take over. While this crisis is far from over, she was good enough that it was reasonable for us to leave the ship steering to her and descend to the decks for our return.
It doesn't seem like we'll all be able to bid you goodbye. Are you saying you're all going to be okay? We can stay a little longer and help. I appreciate sentiment, I really do, but Amaya pointed towards the dimensional door, which had shrunk significantly smaller since the first time we saw it. You don't have much time. I wonder if it was only supposed to open for a set period of time, or what if it's closing now because our work here is done? There was precious little we could learn about it now, but it was obvious that our time here was coming to an end. Thanks, Amaya. We would have been lost for a while in this world if it weren't for Rhodes Island's help. Well, thanks to you, we should be able to sufficiently study the dimensional door before we return. Time to say goodbye to the Iberian sea breeze, I guess. Do you have any idea how big the pile of paperwork is going to be at the Inquisition? Merda, try to drop into Iberia next time you got that. Try not to drop into Iberia next time you got that. Sure, let's all stay nicely put in our own worlds. As the Great Seaborn briefly falters the combined might of Scotty and the Knight, the ship's bow managed to stop inches from the dimensional door. Yo! So is it really just a giant Seaborn? Because like I don't think we've really seen a giant Seaborn before, other than the Leviathans. Manager, now's your chance. Get to the dimensional door. Yo, that's so good. Yo, there's a reserve operator. Someday I hope we can meet again. We shall take our leave. Amazing. Oh! Let's see. There's the healer. Is that the reserve operator caster, I think? Who's this? This doc only uses reserve ops. What a badass, actually. We'll take our leave. Let's return to the city. I see it turned into a brutal battlefield, terrible wars contending with one another. After taking one final look at Rhodes Island and defending the vessel Masas, we leaped into the pitch black dark just at the center of the dimensional door. I'm swept away by the tides of consciousness. The river draws out my memories of consciousness, sublimating them away. Then... Ooh. Oh! Wait, are we back in Hong Yuan? Really? Where is this Yihang Yuan? Look around and see the sinners strewn about the room, dozing off. Ugh. I see Heathcliff crash like that all the time, but how did everyone crash at the same time, slipping against the walls? A bizarre sensation that something was truly amiss crawls up my spine. You have come too. Now that you have come to, I request that you continue your rest in your chamber. Your presence here makes it difficult to conduct cleaning activities in areas adjacent to your body. Uh-huh, what? We just came through the dimensional door after Rhodes Island. Rhodes? You were transferred here after the LCCA discovered your company unconscious at the entrance of the Lobotomy Corporation branch. I I feel like I just went through a memorable experience, but I can't recall what. No way! They just forget? Fuck off. There was a hole in my memory and the strange emotional tug at my heart, and EGO I don't ever recall extracting.
Nom, Roshanante, prithee, avail me but 5 more minutes of
Scheduling wooden training dummies to wake you in 5 minutes. That's frustrating. That is very frustrating. That is so. But the bizarre sensation naturally settles. What was that an abnormality? What just happened? I don't have any answers to either of those questions, but wait, where's Saud? She said something about how there's been a delay or something. I couldn't find Saud, who's been bringing us odd jobs here and there during our stay, anywhere in Yahongwan. But on the desk, I did find a note filled with various requests and letter, both presumably left behind by Saud. We've got a distortion contract. Come on, time to earn your keep. We weren't going to lounge around until we got a message from HQ, right? Are they allergic to giving us time off or something? At that moment, a certain voice briefly surfaces from the abyss of my memories before sinking again. There's no such thing as absolutes when it comes to the value of life, which means that it should never be up to others to define the worth of life or to argue for it. The worth of life. I don't quite recall who said that or even where I heard it from. Honestly, I don't even understand what it means. You can't charge what you see by standing still. You can't change what you see by standing still. If you want to bring about another better world, then, and if you may be lost in the ideals, even still, some of those words left a lingering impression on my heart. You have to keep walking. Unable to sit still, I got up from my seat and began waking up the sinners one by one. Yeah, it's not like we're getting anything done here. On your feet, guys, time to get to work. Sinners each begin waking up, some of them looking around to get their bearings, like they were just pulled out of a long dream. Is that actually it? Is that actually it? Is that actually it? No way. Is that actually it?
죽어 떠난 자에 대한 축하를.
Bruh.
한 자루는
Bruh, really?
목숨에 묶여 살아갈 자에 대한 엄숙한 애도를. 장르는 이상으로 끝내겠소.
That's tragic. They just forgore. They just forgore all about it. As it's getting removed, they can't keep the lore. Yeah. Yeah, it makes sense. That's up to normal for some lunacy. Yo, double lunacy? Yo, lunacy. Neat. Ah, crazy. This was pretty sick. I enjoyed. This is lasting for a whole month, yeah. It makes sense, but doesn't make it better. Nope, it sure doesn't. It was actually an amazing. This was an amazing event. This really was. It's kind of it's gotcha shit, dude. It's always got, no matter what, anything that good can happen can usually just get snuffed out because it's a gotcha. It's crazy. Thoughts on the event? It was amazing. I think this event was great. Seeing like, it was a collab that people were asking for since the beginning of Limbus Company, and I would say it definitely delivered. There definitely could have been different situations or scenarios they could have gone with instead of the Seaborn, but the Seaborn are definitely a pretty important part of the Arknights world. Like, they could have done something wacky, like they could have done a Casimiras tournament, but this is definitely a really fitting one to go with, I guess. I know nothing of Arknights. I enjoyed it a lot. Yeah. If you want to know a little bit about Arknights, you can watch my video of me playing it for the first time called I Started Playing Arknights. I give a brief summary of some of the locations in Arknights. And yeah, the story of Arknights is basically on par with Limbus Company and Project Moon. It is, like, easily. The issue with Arknights is the writing can be pretty painful to get through sometimes, as opposed to Limbus Company. Like I said before, for like 3 or 4 cutscenes, I would say this entire event right here, all together. Thank you, King Heathcliff, for becoming Nug to the Zacorp. Welcome. There's no other Heathcliffs here, by the way, so don't worry about that. If you're looking for other Heathcliffs, they're not here. So like this entire event and all of its cutscenes are probably consolidated into just 4 or 5 cutscenes in an event for Arknights. The cutscenes are insanely long in Arknights. Like, I think when we first, this most recent chapter for the main story for Arknights, I think it took, how long did it take us for finally do a mission? It was like an hour, I think, because like we were just reading. I think it was actually like, it was like 40 minutes to an hour before we've actually gotten to a single mission. Like, there is a lot of talking, there's a lot of writing in Arknights, and it's cool to see a lot of lore and details in like for Arknights and such, but it really does sometimes just get in the way of trying to get into the world. Like I said, that this is probably, this entire, all these cutscenes probably consolidate into 4 or 5 cutscenes in Arknights. And there's about 20, how many missions are there in the most recent main story? And most of those missions in the main story of Arknights, each of them tend to have a beginning cutscene and an end cutscene. Yeah, there's about 20 stages altogether, and then there's 21. There's 21 in total, with some of them just being purely cutscenes, pretty much, just like how they do it here. Hubert and Carlton in a yapping competition. Carlton and Faust just yapping at each other would be amazing. How enjoyable is reading through it though? Oh my fucking god, that's the other issue. The beginning chapters are painful. Doesn't Arknights take much longer to release the chapters? They usually release a main story chapter every 6 months or a year. I think it's a year, right? Like yeah, that's I love that picture so much. This picture encapsulates whenever Kalta talks to a T. This is one of the Inquisitors of Iberia. He literally says this to Kaltsit. Like, the entire thing is, I'm getting so very old. Get to the point, Kaltsit. That's what he says to her. Just watch the anime for Arknights early chapters. You know what? I'm not a big fan of the Arknights anime. It's kind of feels a little low budget. The choreograph is really silly. Like, one of the most goofiest moments in it was, I will always reference this, is when Faust and Mephisto are getting like surrounded, and I believe it was Mephisto that yells, "Everyone attack." And it was just 2 jabronis with crossbows who fired their bows. When he says everyone attack, it just, that just oozes out low budget. I don't know, dude. Everyone attack! 2 dudes show up. I think it got better though. I didn't finish the first season. Maybe it got better as the second and third season went on. Hopefully it did. But yeah, so Arknights writing at the very start, they tend to repeat a lot of the same sentences, but they go about it in different ways. Like they'll say a sentence and then they will restructure that same sentence, and then they'll do that about 2 or 3 times. They tend to do that a lot. It's crazy. So yeah, I guess I would just like what Gustavo said. That's a good idea. Basically just probably watch the anime. Watch the anime, it does tell you what's basically going on. And once you're done with the anime, just pick up where you left off in the main story. I personally would recommend probably checking out some of the other side stories though. They're not as insanely long as the main story's reading. Like, my personal recommendation is the Seaborn events. The Maria Neural events, like any of the events that are called like something Maria Neural or Near Light. I think those are the 2. Those are really great. Lone Trail is really great. Yes, Lone Trail is, I think, is it the longest side story? I think it was the longest side story. Lone Trail is really long. I think it's actually amazing though. Like Lone Trail, I think is, oh, Lone Trail was just so good. I loved it. Did you complete all the side stories in Arknights? Nope. I'm still going through them. Mainly because I'm scared to read them. Like, yeah. Reading them is a deterrent right now. It really is. Do I really want to invest that much time to read the stories of Arknights? It's a handful. Like I still haven't read a lot of the side stories for Arknights. Like this one I haven't read. This one I don't like this new style that they did for this. Like it's a good way to see it chronologically, but I'm not a fan of it. How they restructured the stories and such. It's throwing me off so hard here. All stories are there except for the collab ones. Yep. Yeah, I want to go through these side stories, but it's just trying to read through them is gonna be hell. But if I don't know where the fuck, how the fuck do I find this dude? I'm trying to find, oh, this one's a really fun one. The Rides to Lake Silbernahers. This one's a really fun one. I would 100% recommend this one. This one's so goofy. How's Breaking the Ice actually? Is Break the Ice a fun one too? Hey, what the like, oh my gosh, what the fuck did they do to this UI, dude? Like this just recently had, this happened like what, 2 weeks ago? It's like, these ones are real, well, I haven't did Twilight of Olamunde. Lingering Echoes are really cool. Zwillingstorm, the Zwillingstorm! Zwillingstorm is really sick. Just basically, if you ever see something that interests you, yeah, just go check it out. It's really simple. If you like Lapland, a lot of people like Lapland. She's kind of the goofy one. She is the one who likes to commit terrorist acts. This little jabroni right here. She's a big fan favorite. I would 100% recommend grabbing her too if you're ever starting, because she has an important ability of silencing the enemies, which is really huge for some fights, especially against the Seaborn. She's nothing but shits and giggles in her mind. No, she's the Joker of the Arknights world. I kid you not. Unemployed woman. I love that's actually her fucking name, dude. Lapland Alter, the Decadenza, the unemployed. Yeah, she's basically the Joker of the Arknights world. She saw how absolutely corrupt what is essentially Italy is in this world. She saw how corrupt it was, and it just kind of just made her snap, and she said, fuck it, just let it all burn down. That's how she sees it. I don't think any sane employer would want to hire her. Doctor knows how to keep her under wraps. I don't know, man. The doctor is just doctor just knows what he's doing. Now I'm playing Arknights. I just realized. But yeah, would definitely recommend any Limbus player to check out Arknights, man. Definitely a blast. Damn, I kind of wish I did do some Arknights. I wanted to maybe on Sunday we're gonna do some Arknights actually, because yeah, I think Sunday we'll do some Arknights because I need to do these things right here. I need to do these missions right here, the H15 1s through 4, which I'm sure these are going to be a blast to go through, you know? I just finished chapter 8, I'm at level 79. If you ever want to get fast resources, play the roguelike. The roguelike is literally where the best part of the game is. Oh, I love the roguelike so much. The roguelike is so much fun. Like seriously, if I feel like what the fuck is this? What is the water boy guy? Why can't I remember his name? He likes doing Dan Schneider. Mizuki? No, Mizuki's not Waterboy. I'm talking about the actor. What the hell is his name? He did Dr. Dolittle. The thing, it's on the fuck. No, Waterboy was such a bad example because the movie is called Waterboy. And yeah, there's the twink Waterboy there too. So yeah, that was a bad example. But yeah, I feel like that moment in that one movie where he has to go back to grade school and he grabs a hold of a kid by the shoulders and tells him to not let go of his youth, do not lose your youth, or do not like ruin it, or don't squander it and such. That's what I feel like. When you are a new doctor, it is so much fun to go through the roguelike. Because you're so new to it, it's a challenge. You feel so accomplished when you actually beat a run of the roguelike with your operators and such. It feels so satisfying. Now, I feel fucking nothing. When I beat a run of the roguelike, there's nothing. Because we are at this point, in order for me to get a challenge, I have to go through the hardest difficulty of this goddamn roguelike. And it is sink or swim in the first stage of this fucking thing. It is so brutal. It is so brutal to do the hardest level of the roguelike now. Like, you basically can tell if you're gonna win or lose just by the first floor, essentially. At least you aren't using friend ops for help. True, yeah. But you want to get no guard and defender vouchers for 3 floors, yeah. So yeah, like again, you are probably gonna have the most fun you'll ever have with Arknights when you are just getting into it and you don't have like all the meta operators in the game. When you are trying to figure out with like the several 6-star operators you have and all the 4 stars you have, and you're just trying to figure out some way to progress through the story, through the stages, through the roguelike. And then when you do, you're like, fuck yeah, because you didn't rely on RNG like Limbus Company. You actually thought about where to place your operators, where to face them, when to use their skills. This is why Arknights is just so much fun to play and so satisfying to play. Play Arknights. Just don't borrow Walter. I would say I would definitely recommend borrowing. I just wouldn't recommend borrowing some people. Yeah, like Walter. Walter kind of just kills the fun. Like if you're trying to beat the roguelike to get resources and such, I would recommend grabbing Ling from somebody who is actually what Honglu is based off. What Honglu's EGO is based off of. This freaking person right here. This person right here, absolutely. She's literally a one-man army. It's kind of ridiculous. Reclamation algorithm. I don't, man. It's like the idea for reclamation algorithm is actually like really great. The execution, they need to tune the execution just a little bit more, Reclamation algorithm is fine if you have a lot of good ops. Yes, reclamation algorithm is an end game content that you don't want to do. That's basically what it is. It's kind of sad. Hello, I'm actually going insane right now. Do your breathing. Do your breathing. Do your breathing. Do your breathing. Why are you going insane? And also, thank you for becoming known at the Zaycorp. Welcome. Thread spin 1. I didn't know if I wanted to spend some thread on him, even though I am sitting on like 6,500. Yeah, she's basically she's a summoner in Arknights, and she's able to deploy dragons on the board. And her dragons are so damn strong that they basically are able to solo stages. Like if there's a lot of ground units, use their skill 3 dragons to cover the ground. And if you need anti-air, you use her skill 2 to make dragons that are ranged dragons to hit the air. Like she's just insanely broken. But she was also the person that I would borrow her all the time when I first started for the roguelike runs, because the roguelike has a lot of resources hidden behind it. So when I was first playing through the roguelike, I was trying to go through it on my own, and then eventually I started borrowing her from other people in order to get through the roguelike, in order to get some resources. And then eventually I did manage to beat the roguelikes on my own with my own operators. And yeah, it just feels really great to beat the roguelike for your first time and several times and such. But yeah, once you start getting a lot of operators, you start getting some of the like more meta operators, some of the more broken operators, then it just feels like you're just going through the motions. Then you can try to challenge yourself if you want to. Like you could do a 4-star only run, or maybe like half 4 stars, or maybe like 2 6 stars and the rest are 4 stars or something. You could be a niche nights. You could do niche nights where you like grab a certain group of characters. Like you can go Casimiras, or you can grab all the Abyssal Hunters, only Abyssal Hunters. But if you just made an Arknight stream bigger, I mean, 3-star, 4-star run is viable. Most of the content in Arknights is actually doable with 3 stars and 4 stars only. There is a guy on YouTube, that's his entire shtick even. He just beats he beats pretty much every single content with 3 stars or 4 stars only. Well, events, story events. Like the main story and story events he does. Contingency contract, I don't think he can do that with 3 stars and 4 stars only. I did 3 10 pulls and I got W Corp, Don Quixote, Sancho. Give me my boy Honglu. I want a new player somewhat because I beat Kanto 3 without win rate, trust me. W Corp Don Quixote is still pretty good. Oh, charge is another status effect that needs help. Wait, how good are the guide vids for Arknights? I would say pretty decent. I will tell you right now, if you want, I mean, I didn't look at any guide videos. I did not look at any. I don't like looking at guides. The only time that I look at guides is if an event is about to end in like the next 2 days and I don't have all the medals. I've only had to do that like once or twice. Because that's just one of the problems with gachas, you know? Again, I don't know how gacha, I don't look up a lot of gacha stuff. I really don't, because I'm not a fan of gachas. The injecting a game into gacha, what could have been a really great game, tends to get bogged down really hard by gacha mechanics and the incentive to base everything around the gacha part of it. That's the reason why I'm not a big fan of gachas in general. Case in point, Limbus company isn't really surviving the whole gacha aspect. Arknights, however, I personally think is able to survive the gacha aspect because they managed to get around all the bad stuff about it. For the most part, they managed to get around all the bad stuff about gachas. They did a pretty good job at it. How many other W Corp IDs other than W Corp Falcon on Heathcliff if that has Surge? I mean, W Corp Dawn doesn't need other charge IDs. They kind of work on their own, basically. Like, you get Dawn to over 10 charge, you press the funny rip space, and the neurons activate, and you see the damage go up. Power scaling is starting to get really bad in the Limbus company? Yeah, I mean, what can you do? It's a gacha. They have to sell the new IDs. They have to sell the new characters somehow. And by doing that, they just make them stronger than the previous ones. And then they scale the difficulty of the game with the newer IDs. Then you just have to keep pushing forward and forward and forward. And then sometimes there's some IDs or some characters who manage to stand the test of time when it comes to new characters coming out. Like, who is probably the oldest operator that's still standing the test of time in Arknights, for example? Probably Shiobe, Ayafayaya, Base Ayafayaya and Shiobe? Fucking Myrtle? I don't know how old Myrtle is, but yeah, Myrtle is the GOAT. Myrtle is literally the operator. The most deployed operator. Suture, yeah, Suture's still pretty good. Switcher's really good at doing damage and stalling. Chef Lady, Gummy? Here's something yummy for you. Yeah, Gummy's still solid. Cora, honestly, man, do I really want to make a guide for freaking Arknights? To say like what to do, like who to go for, who should you focus on? Because like it's not entirely simple. But like in terms of keeping yourself alive, it's like you grab Gummy and Cora and your goal. You grab Gummy and Cora, you get Myrtle, and those three are basically your bread and butter 4 stars. And then like good old Cruz right here, 3-star right there. We're talking about Limbus. We're talking about Arknights now. This is supposed to be a Limbus company stream. But yeah, I don't know. For any of you Limbus jabronis, any of you managers, once you start getting into Arknights, by all means, I'm gonna stream Arknights on Sunday because I still got stuff to do in Arknight. If you want to stop by on Sunday, I'll be here for that, to help anybody else getting started. Maybe I might actually make a video about that. I don't know. Maybe I'll add it to this video. Maybe no, that's an Arknights video then. Tomorrow is gonna be is community night. If you guys want to participate in that, we're going to check out. I mean, for community night, we typically do Roblox because it's just so accessible. Everybody can play Roblox. Yippee, community night, yippee! Who's ready for blocks cards? Who's ready for 4 hours of blocks cards? We all love blocks cards. We love blocks cards, right? We all love blocks cards. But yeah, we're gonna be done for now. Thank you guys so much for being here. This is a really cool event. I really hope they do more of these. But yeah, I will see you guys tomorrow for community night. You guys take care. Later, guys.